So we're gonna just watch Nicholas Deorio talking to Mutahar from last night. Just saw some of it when I was in chat. I saw some of it in chats today as well, actually. But we're gonna just watch it, cover this, see what I think of it. Mutahar got pressed a little bit, which is good to see. And yeah, it starts off pretty slow. We'll either speed it up or I'll throw up a video game. I'm not sure which way, but we'll see. Let's get into it.
A parking violation or a speeding ticket in September of last year, confirming that he's
biggest fan of it. I jumped into that live stream and I
think you mentioned you spoke to him prior.
It sounds crazy, but there's all these inconsistencies and incoherencies constantly with his fucking stories. He's a fucking charlatan, he's a fraud, he's never done anything ever with any of his videos.
This isn't obviously of the...
So, by the way, just to be throwing this out there, this is the other criticism on the other channels that aren't my channel. That's what they're saying about Max. Alright, so I mean, Max is not getting good press from other people. I feel like I've been a lot more charitable, even though I've been pissed off today, but that's not what he's getting on other channels either. And I think that's his fault. I think that's Max's fault.
Level of severity, but apparently he uses a voice changer for his voice, and he was telling us he got like vocal surgery or something. Is that...
Dude, that we are like fucking 50 hours ahead of that, okay? Can we not talk about the fucking stupid memes about him, right? We are indeed. You're coming, you're not even at the tip of the iceberg yet, you're floating over it, and we're fucking, you know, 50 leagues under.
Alright, if you listen real closely, you can tell Chud's really actually super mad at me there. That's why he totally throws me out of the call, and he's like violently upset and disgusted that I would bring up something.
The sea, for fuck's sake, dude. Come on, get with the program, bro. What the
I'll
fuck
do it in 4 hours, Chud.
This is where I came back.
Mate. Come on.
Because I was out. I was at the shop when Chud messaged me to get on this panel. This is where I came back and I was like, oh no, please don't let this be the whole fucking call. Please don't let it just be catching Nick Deorio up on the story, because I was actually about to lose my mind if that happened. But no, it was all good. We managed to talk about what was actually going on, thankfully. Holy shit, man.
Fucking not making content as it is. Make it 8 at least. Fucking don't be lazy.
Alright, we're not going 8 hours. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. Alright, we got Muta. I'm gonna call him. Let me give him a call. Oh, let's do this right now. I am very excited to get someone's perspective, someone who knows him well. Chat, if you want to at me and ask questions for Mutahar, I would be very happy to convey some of those. If you start adding me now and putting your question there, I'll take a look at those as they scroll through. Change title. Ooh, are we? Not yet. Let me just grab that.
Yo.
Hey, Muta, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing good, brother. How's it going? Sorry, let me just change my mic out. I'm giving you the shittiest mic quality imaginable.
As he's changing his mic, please chat. Let me know if the audio levels need to be balanced in any way, because there's no way I can know that right now. Just let you know we are live.
Yeah. No, I was watching your stream a little bit.
Oh god, did you hear any of the parts where I was like seething, which is most of the stream?
No, I just jumped in, like you were talking to that Chud guy, so I just turned in.
Wait, so does Deorio finish watching? Does he finish watching some of this? Because oh man, I don't actually watch him finish the conversation. Fuck. Oh man, I'm excited to see that then. Okay.
Right now.
Dude, it's just honestly like it's super frustrating. So I think the first thing I want to talk to you about is like you've spoken to him on several occasions, right? Not just the one live stream. I think you mentioned you spoke to him privately.
Yeah, the thing that I was referring to yesterday with him was like me and Nux had a conversation with him about the situation behind the scenes.
And you guys have met and stuff. You shared a house at VidCon, right? Like you guys were friends or are friends.
Yeah, I mean we shared a place at VidCon. We're friends. Yeah, I would say for now.
So do you think that you're like out of all the people who are talking about him, would you say that you're probably one of the people who knows him better than like myself, Chud Logic?
I mean, I know more than you guys, but honestly, at this point, I don't really know how much I know the guy.
I think like this is a fair comment. But the way Mutahar acts here, I don't like. Okay, so we'll probably... I'll wait for him to say it. We'll see if I still feel the same way.
Just because we don't... Like, outside of the stuff here on YouTube, we don't really do a lot of heart-to-hearts, right? We, you know, if I have to say, like, the more... The people out of that group that I have the most heart-to-hearts is probably, like, Nexpo, Nick, because he's really close by. But, you know, me and Max, like, it's there. I try to. Sometimes, you know... We don't talk for a while, but when it comes
he'll
to
disappear
situations
periodically
like this,
for a few months when he's working on a project. That's not abnormal, right? I'm assuming that's the same interaction that you have with him, where he'll just kind of go off the wall for a couple months and not be around.
Yeah, he's gone for he'll go for a while.
Yeah. So, I guess was it a little concerning to you when you saw that he was like live and doing a live stream after the stuff?
It's just like crazy to me that he doesn't throughout the conversation. He sort of like washed his hands of Max the whole time. So I might have to for a coffee in a second. It washed his hand from Max the whole time. It actually gave me. I'm not implying Moot is a pedophile. That's not the comment I'm making here. It gave me Prince Andrew vibes, hardcore, where he's like, in that interview where they were like, "Oh, so you were friends with Jeffrey Epstein?" He's like, "Well, you know, friends. I met him a couple times a year to go and you know, stay at his mansion. You know, it's that sort of thing. It's hardcore. That it's like, oh, like you're happy enough to pull him aside at VidCon a few years ago, pull him aside with a bunch of YouTubers and say, guys, listen, this guy's a really serious pedo hunter. You should take really seriously. You were more than happy to do that a couple of years ago, and lend him all your credibility. But now, the moment he's in a bit of hot water, it's like, well, you know, I didn't even really know him that well. I didn't even really know anything about him. He'd never shown me any evidence of anything he'd done. I didn't even really know what was going on, to be honest. I've got no clue. How could I have known? Like, alright, dude. I mean, Mutahar, look, to be fair to Mutahar, he does take some responsibility for shit he did later on, but, like, it's just this... Immediately, this was, like, triggering the ever-loving fuck out of me. Anyway, let's carry on.
That you guys spoke about last time, and was that a little confusing, a little jarring, to say the least?
I was not the biggest fan of it. I jumped into that live stream and I was a little, it's to say that I was a little livid when he said that I saw the evidence and he kind of used that to corroborate the quality of his evidence that he has put behind an NDA was pissing me off.
Do you think that he used your name specifically because, like, well, if Mutahar's seen it, then they'll take me more seriously, or is that putting too much?
I think that was an element of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people know me a little bit as a guy that, like, anytime I do work with, like, you know, Coffee or Carl or anybody of these guys, right? Like, I'll always say, like, anytime I collaborate, I think it's always the other party and not me that gets, like, that takes the gloves off first, you know?
Yeah.
Because I always really play something super carefully. Like, I'll never say somebody is a, like, scammer or, like, a pedophile or something. Unless I have something that I know is 100% in court, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I know that I can get away with saying a lot of things, but I just don't bother doing it because, like, in the chance that I do get threatened with legal work or something...
Mutahar is not particularly smart on cybersecurity shit or any of this, from what I understand. That's what I've been told by people who are much more educated than myself, or I imagine Mutahar.
I can always just laugh it off. Like, I never add that stress to the pile.
Man, I mean, you literally just had recently this whole thing with Gerard that was probably very stressor, legally speaking. At any moment, that could have gone fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it still could, but, like, at this point, it's one of those things where it's like, as long as I know that I crossed my T's and dotted my I's, I should be fine. One of the things that we discussed with Max about this, too, and was just, like, you got to make sure your evidence is 100% on the money, because who you could be accusing
I want to see an expose of his cybersecurity skills. Well, if Rita's listening, Rita, one day you need to make a big blog post or a video explaining all of Mutahar's failings. Add the numbers.
Of the crime, right? Because you don't have their side of the story. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if, like, the guy that he's talking about, Cameron Gerard Davis, may still even be alive, you know?
I think recently someone who wasn't related to the investigation found that he got, like, a parking violation or a speeding ticket in September of last year, confirming that he's alive. But it's shocking to find out that that information didn't come from Max. That somebody else had to, like, confirm whether this alleged cult leader who's operated, by the way, one of the things that's the hardest to suspend disbelief on is this is a cult leader pedophile, allegedly, right? That uses social media to groom children, who also has no online footprint.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, and that's one of the things, because even last night I was looking up, like, Cameron Gerard Davis, and it was like, this guy's not alive, you know? Like, this guy's not there. And I would consider myself to be pretty good at finding, like, shit in cracks and crevices of the internet. You know, I've had to do it for cases like Rubets even, right? Like, two of the guys that we found were so off the grid. And we're talking, we had to look through, like, shards of fucking old Reddit information and, like, forums from, like, 2004 in order to find people and verify, like, identities and everything. So
you had to look through 2004 forums? Wow, you're really fucking... You're so cool. You know when people say shit like this, they try and make something sound more impressive than it actually is. I hate the way that Mutahar, like, people like Mutahar who present relatively simple, easy tasks for anyone that's done anything remotely similar to this at any point as, like, this arcane and skillful, like, highly intelligent thing they've done. No, dude, you fucking Googled a guy's username a few times until you found user profiles on websites that he hadn't used in fucking years, and then went through and found a post that connected a piece of personal identifying information, some other account. Yeah, it's not this fucking... You're not a hacker, dude. You're not a net runner. You're not in Cyberpunk, bro. You're not taking over robots with your fucking mind, bro. That's not what's going on here. You are literally just Googling shit. Yeah, he's in the cut Googling. Right here in the cut Googling. He in the streets Googling. Don't let my ninja on a terminal. That's what we call them, terminals.
Myself pretty good at it. Could not find shit on Cameron Gerard Davis or that cult. which I think is incredibly suspicious.
I guess it's also telling that you looked. I mean, that's clearly more effort than I guess he thought you would do. One of the things that I found throughout this whole situation was he leaned heavily on you when you were calling him recently about how he'd reached out to you prior, right, for like a discussion about the subject, and saying like, well, Mutahar, I wish we'd spoken about this months earlier, so you could advise me on what best to do. Now, I don't think that you disagree with me when I say that he's probably out of his depth here. He admits that he's never done a case of this size, a case of this magnitude before.
Wait, did Sleepy have a Chud stream appearance or?
Right, where he's working with these people. He's never been to court. He's never done anything like this before. So when people say that he's like a clout chaser, I don't understand what Anthony Fantano would have done to help him. I don't understand what Joe Rogan would have done to help him. I could see what maybe you could have advised him on privately, but most of the people he's reaching out to also have never been in situations like that before. I guess, do you kind of see where people are coming from in the clout chaser thing, or do you think this is a different?
No, I see exactly where people are coming from with clout chaser stuff. Like, you know, forget Joe Rogan, even like Anthony Fantano. It's like, what the fuck is like the rap review guy?
Well, he was saying like, this is the song that I used in the background of my video. That was kind of the angle he was going with on that one.
And even then, it's like, this is what I don't understand about it too. It's like the guy he's even like, if this case is too much for you, then you should absolutely hand it off, not to another YouTuber. You know, you should fucking package it up and hand it off to a law enforcement agent. One of the things about cops, and I said this on a stream yesterday with him, I'm like, yo, the law enforcement system can be shitty. I'm not going to pretend that it isn't. But like, how are you going to fucking go up to a federal agent or like a law enforcement agent, anybody from any department, and just say, all right, here's like black vampire person, and they were responsible for, I guess, allegedly kidnapping and starting this cult. And look, I want to believe that Max has some crazy evidence, right? Like under his belt that nobody's seen. But like, what rubs me the wrong way is like, he's asking us to help make PSAs to search for victims. I'm like, I can't go and call somebody a cult leader or a fucking pedophile or a human trafficker unless I see some hard hitting evidence, you know?
Yeah,
like
100%.
I sifted through thousands of bytes of data. Right. That's actually shit Mutahar says, bro. I mean, I hate this guy. I hate it because he never says anything particularly complicated or particularly in depth. Who act like he's some fucking expert? He's not. He knows barely more than me. And I'm a retard. I'm a retard with all this tech shit.
Even with people like Andrew Tate, and I always get into this thing when I talk about it, it's like, I am more comfortable talking about Andrew Tate in that way because I've looked at a bunch of fucking court documents that show really fucked up behavior. I haven't seen shit from this guy. You know, I haven't seen anything.
Well, the best we have is witness testimony. And like, as fucked as it is to say, I can't make a fucking main channel video going over witness testimony. I mean, it would go against every single thing I, as a creator, have criticized others for in the past.
The thing with witness testimony is, like, if we were to take that as evidentiary fact, then Max is screwed because he's had so much witness testimony against him. So we can't operate on, like...
Thank you! Dude, this guy is acting like, well, I mean, 8 people have accused Camden Gerard Davis of fucking crimes in some way, shape, or form. Like, that's pretty... The more we get, clearly something's happening here. When 5 of his ex-girlfriends or former friends have accused him of abuse.
Yeah.
That's like insane.
I think the NDA stuff is really wild, too. It's like, obviously, I think NDAs are, like, designed to... I feel like it's almost like a way to add... some level of credence to this. Like, there's some crazy case. Like, NDAs aren't enforceable in this situation. Like, I mean, I could leak out everything. What's gonna happen? Are you gonna sue me or something?
Well, no, that's what I was saying before. He's gonna sue you. Yeah, I'm sure. He doesn't even want to go to the police to handle his fucking pedo case. I don't think he's gonna take you to civil court.
And the thing about it is, like, they don't want to take him to court because apparently he doesn't have any assets. Well, it's like, what the fuck are we doing at this point? It's like, why don't we, like, now we have to go to the Georgian police or something and I guess get them to file, like, all these girls to file in person, when I'm pretty sure a lawyer can file on your behalf. You can just, you know, pay somebody to do it.
I know more about Camden's family than I know about Camden through this investigation.
Yeah.
I did a 4.5-hour live stream where I watched 3 YouTube videos and got a summary from an interview that they've done, and I don't know a single fucking thing that he's done definitively. And that's that's absolutely the problem. I urge you to take a look at, like, the example I gave before, because I tried to convert your investigation into the completionist into a MamaMax style video and explain how retarded it would be if it was presented in the exact same fashion, where I kind of explained how if you, as a filmmaker, filmed yourself, like, as an old man watching a commercial and seeing...
It wasn't talking about criminal charges, it was talking about civil charges.
Video, you realize, holy shit, that guy didn't donate the money. And then you flash a picture of Gerard the completionist on the screen, and then everyone has to understand what the fuck you're trying to say in that video, and no one gets it. Yeah. And it would be like you making a second video to criticize and call all the people who didn't get the first video an idiot, and a third video, and it's like, I don't know anything about Camden Gerard Davis. I don't know anything about Camden Gerard the completionist Davis. It makes no fucking sense to me. Now, a lot of people in my chat are now interested in his other investigations, and I know you, Nexpo, Nuxtaku, all you guys know him on a personal level, but I guess could you speak to his credibility on previous stories?
I've never, like, worked with a previous investigation on the MamaMax stuff. I can't even say that I'm, like, the biggest expert on some of his previous investigations. That's something that he never looped me in on. We never really talked about an investigation.
What? Dude, you've lent your credibility to this guy for years. You pull people aside at VidCon mentions, tell him how serious of a fucking pedo hunter this guy was. And you never vetted his investigations. You never, at one point before you threw your entire your empire, the entire credibility of your empire behind this guy. Your YouTube empire, your gay little cybersecurity, dog shit, information, super spreader empire. threw the whole thing behind him, and you never asked, hey, dude, so how about you give me, like, all the evidence on a pedo you caught, and the name of the pedo, the full docs, so that I can go and look at the charges and the trial, and see whether he got prosecuted, just so I can vet to make sure you've actually, like, you know, done one thing once at least successfully, done a single thing once. You never thought to do that, really? Yeah, he's promoted MamaMax and collaborated with the dude for literally years. He's done videos defending Max in the past. But yeah, immediately it's just step away, cut association. Everyone's gonna let him do it as well. Pretty crazy. Well, he was one of the guys who got the completionist. That was a joint thing between him and other YouTubers, I believe.
I never really got the only thing close to it was like I remember when we had that fucking wake up YouTuber fucking there was this hashtag I forget.
Answer us pedotube.
Yeah.
Or it was pick a side, pedophiles or children. There were 2 hashtags.
Even when I was working on that video, I made a video where I talked about it. And my video definitely wasn't like going as inflammatory as Max. Like I kind of get into the idea of explaining like the technicals of things, and it's like, hey, listen, there's fucked up shit on YouTube all the time, but I mean, it's what, like the most used website, one of the most used websites in the world. Like,
yeah,
of course, some bad shit's gonna get through with it, but you know, I don't know if they were like, I feel like these kind of heavy-handed like campaigns oftentimes do way more damage to people's understanding of like big websites like this, and also really insane topics like this too.
I think a lot of the issue, I guess, with some of his previous investigations is because there are so many people who come out and speak on his character.
Wow, who would have thought that the people who grandstand about how they want to kill pedophiles may not actually have the most useful or helpful takes on pedo discourse? Crazy. They might actually care about helping children. They just care about enacting violent fantasies on a class of people that they see as justified in doing so. Really? You're telling me that? Really? It's just a way for people to vent an antisocial anger? Really? What? No way. No. Come on now. Don't tell me that. We're finally catching up. Fucking idiot.
Like during the Answer Us YouTube thing, they'll say stuff like, no, Max isn't like that. Max works really hard. I had a conversation with Night Docs. I'm sure you've met him before. I think he was at some of the VidCon stuff. He's another one of those filmographer type YouTubers, and a lot of people, myself included, I guess look to you, Nux, Nexpo, guys who have worked with him, other YouTubers who've supported him in those previous campaigns.
It was not a noticer, 100% not.
But
not
I guess
Max
can give me an example of one pedo.
Max does work hard, but given some of his like, I saw one clip recently where he was doing the Shinrokyo cult or something, and people were pointing out like how his Discord, when he showed that he infiltrated, he had like admin roles, which meant that he created the Discord. I chalk up a lot of his like clips like that on his video, probably to him like. Because obviously, like, creates a dramatic recreation of something to film it for a camera. But I don't know much about, like, his work stopping pedophiles. Like, I know that he hunts down individuals on, like, IMVU and, like, all these, like, fucking, like, social media services. I don't know if he's ever, like, truly went down the conviction route on any of them. That's something that I never went into.
I think that's one of the reasons why. That he did.
He just never asked. He never even thought to verify a single fucking thing this guy was doing after years of backing him up. This is just so insane. Imagine admitting this. And this is your excuse as well. This is how you shake responsibility is. I didn't do any due diligence whatsoever. This is your defense. Best defense you can muster is I am terminally lazy and I don't care.
Get a conviction. Now people are asking if that's the case.
Like, the only time I've ever worked on something with, like child grooming and shit is probably, like, Kava's, but that also involved a case that had itself put in through to the legal system as well. There was actually a lot of those, like, aspects from that video that had to be cut or redone. Just because it actually gets in the way of law enforcement shit. So I don't know. Max, like, I know he's a hard worker, but I don't know. I don't know what he does other than.
Has this put a lot more doubts into other stuff that he's done in the past?
He's a hard worker. I know he's a hard worker. How do you know he's a hard worker? Have you ever even seen him working? You see this guy work. How do you know he's not just paying other people? How do you know he doesn't just pay a bunch of people just do his videos and then he just reads it out? Just does one voiceover and then forgets about it. How do you even know he's a hard worker? You don't know that, dude. Why do you keep vouching for his character? You don't know shit about this guy, clearly. You've never asked him or anything. You've never vetted anything. You've never taken the time to figure out if he's actually done any good. So why are you still pretending like you know his character? And why are you still pretending like you can vouch for him in any way? God, I fucking hate this Mutahar guy so much.
Hindsight.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I think I'm a little
one
bit,
video a year, by the
I'm
way,
definitely
hard
growing
worker.
more doubtful. I think a lot of these veiled threats that I saw that he sent to Lyrics.
That one, he also sent one to me. When I didn't respond to his first DM or whatever for his first video, he wrote like, "Your silence will not be unnoticed" or something. I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
This is just one of those things where it's like, it's an over dramatization of a topic that shouldn't be overly dramatized. Like I would make his exact same investigation, but I would cut out the.
That's how it's been the whole fucking time. This literally has been Max's whole shtick the whole time. You're saying this now. It's the over dramatization of a topic that really shouldn't be over dramatized. Yet you're about fucking 3 years late on that train, you fat fuck, you stupid bastard. Like, are you retarded, dude? You're not noticing right now.
Would you do exactly the same?
No. I mean, I would absolutely investigate the situation, but I would present it in the normal fashion that I have, not, dramatize it. I don't think this is the kind of stuff that should even be dramatized.
Well, it blows my mind that a chatter from this community was the person who asked him, like, hey, because you were on the stream, right? I don't know if you saw this. They asked him, hey, man, did you go to the cops for this story? And he's like, no, we didn't bother. Like, he changed his position after that, and he's now saying that he wants to go to the police. Isn't that kind of mind-boggling?
Wait, he's talking to the police now?
So, I think the last time you spoke to him, at that point, on, like, the first stream you guys spoke on, at that point, he hadn't talked to the police yet. He'd said that in the past, Spencer or someone in his camp tried to reach out to the cops for this issue like years ago, so it didn't work out in their favor, so they just didn't even bother this time. And then after that call in this stream, he's now said, like, we've talked to lawyers and our idea.
Thank you for the £5, Sophie S. Bro, your super infused smoking icon is killing me. None of us smokers are so perky, let's be honest. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. Listen, I'm wiggling. I'm quiggling.
Is that now we're going to get everyone together and we're going to go to the police, but that's new.
I thought that he was talking to law enforcement and an attorney, even at the time me and him talked initially in that stream.
So it turned out that that's what he says he does for his cases.
It's powered by anger, powered by rage.
Now they're wondering if he ever works with cops at all. There's a lot of questions, dude.
Powered by hate.
Really weird, and there's no real answers. Do you feel like you're talking to a brick wall sometimes when you're trying to...
Sophie S. super chatted $6.28. Bro, your super enthused smoking icon is killing me. None of us smokers are so perky, let's be honest.
Thank you for the £5 once again, Sophie. Thank you.
An attorney, even at the time me and him talked initially in that stream.
So it turned out that that's what he says he does for his cases, but people are putting that into question after that last comment, like after what he said on that stream. Now they're wondering if he ever works with cops at all. There's a lot of questions, dude. This thing is really weird, and there's no real answers. Do you feel like you're talking to a brick wall sometimes when you're trying to give him advice?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll be real. The only reason I give the advice is just because, like, it literally is just I want to speak. And just say something for the record, mostly when it comes to the situations with Max, right? Like, so...
I want to cover my own ass. There it is. Is that all? That's literally all you need. Is I'm covering my own ass. I realized that I fucked up by shilling for this guy for literally like years, and I'm covering my own ass as hard as I possibly can, and just disavowing. I didn't even really know the guy. We weren't even friends. I've never verified anything he's done. I've got no idea what's been going on this entire time. Actually, the entire time that I was coping for him and sneeding for him, hoping and sneeding and sweeping.
People know that, because one of the things that, again, it drives me insane. It's like his evidence that he showed me isn't exactly evidence that I would write home about. You know, it's
oh, that's a good question. Knowing everything you've already seen without disclosing anything that would get you in trouble, is this something that you would now make a video on your channel to talk about?
No, I wouldn't ever.
Fuck, Jesus. Well,
it's like, unless something big and massive comes out, I wouldn't personally sit and make a video on those. It's too one-sided. I like, literally there doesn't seem to be a story, like, and I'll say it from right now, it's just very much a lack of information on almost every on aspects of the story.
Well, I speculated the reason they're looking for new members or new people to discuss this is they're just hoping to God somebody has something, and they're hoping because the more that people they reach out to, somebody will have something usable. Do you get that feeling at all?
I mean, if they're trying to find like somebody that has been in the circle, being this public and already naming this guy wasn't the smart play.
Yeah, yeah. Boblax is calling it Coney 2024, and that's kind of what it feels like, dude.
It's like, holy fuck. Okay, I hate Boblax, but rare dub. It is like Coney. It is like Coney. Camden Gerard Davis is like Vampire Coney. Bro, it's like this guy that like barely even exists. Like, and if he did, it was like years ago that he was really active. They put out a massive awareness campaign for it. And then there's nothing. And they're doing nothing for it. And now the guy's going mental and melting down. Holy fuck.
Because again, every single YouTuber I talk to who's friends with Max gives like raving reviews to him as a person and stuff like that. And I've had good interactions with him privately when he doesn't talk to me in the Hotline Miami tone or whatever. Do you think there's a way out here? If you're Max with all the cards on the table, where do you go from here?
Look, at the end of the day, I think Max's heart is always in the right place. I think he's a great dude. If he really feels that this case has the merit that...
I think Max's heart was always in the right place. What possible reason at this point could you have to believe his heart was ever in the right place doing this shit? What? Like, still coping, sneezing, sweeping, and seething. Just non-stop from Mutahar. It's just absolutely insane. Like, listen, I didn't do anything that bad because, you know, I think he's an okay guy, really. He just fucked it up. He just didn't know what he was doing. He bit off more than he could chew. No, dude. No.
He personally believes he should absolutely hand it off, not to a YouTuber, but he should find the best way to package and hand this off to somebody that...
Like a journalist?
A journalist or somebody that can liaison properly with the law
It was
enforcement.
malicious and self-interested, again and again.
And just somebody that understands how to present this legally. So yeah, like a lawyer or a pro bono individual, and pass it off to them or something. Or, you know, get an expert on your team to help the victims out too, because I'm mostly worried about the victims in these situations, right? Like,
oh, you're so brave, Muta.
Max, he wants to help.
You're just such a nice guy. You're all about the victims, clearly.
The victims, they want to seek retribution against.
That's what you're all about.
But the longer this
when you're
goes,
saying,
and the way that it goes,
when you're saying, I didn't even know Max that well. We didn't even really know each other. That's you caring about the victims. That's the point of that statement, 100%. What does that do for the victims exactly? Sorry, can someone just remind me? What's the point? Yeah, all he cares about is the victims, right, guys? Sorry.
Those victims aren't going to get any restitution. Right now, all the situation is doing is giving Camden Gerard Davis a pretty legitimate case, and I would assume defamation, right? And again, I know defamation is difficult to prove, but like this is one of those situations where like they haven't provided a single shred of evidence to show that this is all in even good faith, right?
I hate this act. Like no one here cares about the victims, dude. Everyone's here for the content, bro. No one actually gives a fuck about the victims. Stop pretending. Drop the fucking pretense. We're all here for the content. Stop the bullshit. You don't give a fuck about the victims. Stop pretending. It's fucking gay.
These girls doing this out of vindication or bad faith, which is never good, you know? I mean, and that's one of the things that I hate to see. And Max is 100% responsible solely to make sure the story is delivered the right way or justice is handled the right way. So if you're not doing that, then, you know, these girls are ultimately putting their stock into somebody that doesn't have the best intention for them.
Yeah, that's something that really upsets me in particular, because every single time he receives criticism on, like, why are you doing these live streams? Even to you. He said, like, the victims want to be doing these live streams. Well, he reached out to you, Max, because you have a history of doing things like this, supposedly. Maybe you should advise them that it's not best to debate Smaggle-Daggle.
One of the things is, too, is, like, he says to me, like, yesterday, it's like, my platform is for the victims. I'm giving them my platform. I'm like, they didn't come to you to leech off of your subscriber count, unless that's literally the intention, right? Like, hey, I want to build my own platform. Let's just use this already established YouTuber and just start the snowball from there. No, they came to your platform because they understand how you operate. Like, if somebody comes to me and says, Mood, I want to use your platform to expose a scam, I'm not just going to let them upload a video onto my channel. I'm going to take what they've researched, I'm going to research on top of it, and then I'm going to present it my way, right? Like, that would be what is using my own platform, right? Like, using it in a way that is actually beneficial, using it in my way to you know, talk about the story and everything. That's how I believe using you know, your platform works, right?
Yeah. And one of the major issues that I see with this that a lot of people are bringing up is his personal relationship with Spencer, his knowledge, like she's like a close family friend of his that wasn't really disclosed in the very beginning. Do you see a conflict of interest, I guess, with them living together and being financially?
Why does everyone hate Smaggle? I hate Smaggle because he well, he's just very autistic, isn't he? Like, it's sometimes autistic people, because of their inability to grasp the nuances of social situations, can be kind of annoying interpersonally. He frequently says just like sort of what the baseline safe take is going to be for the commentary bros, so he's not really gonna give you anything unique, and he just says it in a voice, in a very retarded voice that sounds like a Looney Tunes character. So he just doesn't really add much to anything when he's present, I don't think. That's my issue with Smaggle, if I were to be like totally honest about it.
Tide.
Absolutely. I mean, and the financial incentive is actually really, really good. Anytime I've ever covered any like scam case, whether it be crypto, anything, right? It has always been I've always had to mention, I'm like, there is no reward in this. There's no financial reward for you even assisting, by the way, too, right? Like, I have to make that a pretty evident fact. Just because like that is a conflict of interest. Finances become a serious conflict of interest, right? Like, if you have this person living at your house and, you know, they are basically living off of you, you know, you're paying for room, board, food, and everything, there's a pretty strong insinuation that can be made from opposing counsel that, you know, you're probably getting this person or coaching them or doing God knows what to their original testimony. So that's one of the big things. It's like, if I'm ever working any case, there's not a reward to give. There's nothing
working
to
a case.
We are literally doing this for justice sake.
All right, buddy.
And that has to be. And I mean, honestly, I can tell you right now, it's probably cost me a few like witnesses or a few like pieces of information. But I mean, it's what you have to do to make sure everything's above board and your case has merit to it. You know,
what you
the
said
worst
just
thing
now,
that can happen.
What you said just now pointed me, because I totally didn't realize that. But that's kind of a huge thing when he's saying like, I'm boosting Spencer's platform. We posted it on her channel so she could become independent and grow. Like, as in like this is a clout transaction a little bit.
Well, yeah,
that seems like a pretty big deal too. I didn't even put two and two.
I just wish either Nick Deorio was more educated, or there was someone in Nick Deorio's position who had contact with all these people who was, because him being like fucking 3 weeks behind on the discussion of this is slightly painful, and definitely harming his ability to have a good conversation about it right now. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand that everyone can be clued in every fucking drama. It's good this conversation even happened. Thank you, Nick Deorio, for even making the content. But fuck me, dude. This is like, oh, I just scratched a channel mistake. Oh well, fine. But yeah, Jesus Christ, dude.
Together on that, so thank you.
I mean, like the whole thing about it is, it's like anytime you get like, dude, money, anytime you get any exchange,
because a full-time job. Exactly, yeah, I'm not saying it's his fault or anything. It's just like
any kind of transaction like that. It can look really bad if this kind of stuff ever goes to court or somebody's ever trying to respond on another side. I mean, there are like, even with the Gerard stuff, it's like a bunch of people who will say you only did this for money and views, right? And it's like, well, obviously I did this to make a living as well. Like, that's not a fucking shocking thing. But to say that I would make less or more money covering, you know, somebody like Gerard or Rubet or Steak, I mean, we're splitting hairs financially at that point, right? Like, it's not a make it or break it type of thing.
Yeah.
With like Spencer's case, it's like either I'm fucking homeless or I'm living with somebody and now I do this.
Well, it seems like they tried to jump ahead of that one because Spencer's like, well, I had other places to go. I didn't have to stay here, but it was like the perfect storm. But you can't say that about the YouTube channel growth. To say that like we're trying to build Spencer's platform and trying to grow her as like a content creator while she's doing this to tell her story. Now it's like undisputable. She is benefiting from that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt that there's a benefit earned from covering this whole thing. Like, at the end of the day, when I saw her like podcast or whatever, the You Can't Hurt Me Anymore #1, I'm like, there's no way we're turning this, you know, this traumatic interview into like a potential series on YouTube. You know, like this
feels a lot like Chris Hansen back when we were covering that together, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. It's pulling the same strings.
The thing about any of this kind of stuff, man, when we're covering like child exploitation shit, it's like it often feels like almost nearly every party involved in here can do some questionable practices when it comes to producing content or gaining clout, and they kind of hide behind the shield of, well, we're fighting for children. What are you doing? Criticizing us? It's like, I'll say that I've probably done more to help children myself than a lot of predator poaching channels on the internet, just by covering things like the Club Penguin server, and private systems, by having Disney.
Can you say you've done more than Anthony Fantano? Because I think we should bring him into this conversation.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever done more than Anthony Fantano. That rap review fucking definitely stopped the fucking...
Spencer is awful. She isn't going to make it as a YouTuber. Well, I mean, Max obviously knows that. Max is like... sorry, sometimes I feel like I respond to chatters and I'm angry about the point I'm making. It sounds like I'm getting angry at you, but that's not the case. Look, Max is like clearly a super manipulative guy, and he's like promised Spencer this career in exchange for testifying to like this story. Basically, he doesn't give a fuck if she totally fails. That doesn't matter to him. That's fine. She can go out into the slaughter. That's totally cool with him. As long as he gets his fucking story. As long as she lies for him and carries on the story and capes for him and sits there and looks like a victim on streams. That's all he gives a fuck about, is using her as a prop. It's like pretty clear. I just don't know why. Like, a lot of my issue with this conversation is they keep up the pretense. They still approach it with the pretense that Max is actually trying to do anything good and isn't just trying to enrich himself and look and have the prestige and the allure of being the cool pedophile hunter guy. Like, but that's pretty clear what's going on. And he's also a complete piece of shit. Like, it's not even like he does it by just being a little bit dishonest. No, he's like continually or repeatedly hurting people both around him and strangers with no regard for it. So I mean, it just triggers the fuck out of me that people go into this thinking like, oh well, maybe Max could handle it better if we did it this way. It's like, no, how about you just criticize the fucking actions? And Mutahar, how about you own up to the fact that you've lent this guy credibility for fucking years?
We should have got him on the Epstein situation instantly, bro.
Dude, his video on R. Kelly was a banger, bro.
No, but like even with Max, it's like, and I'll just say right now, privately, he sent me the whole message where it's like me appearing on Tommy and fucking Lyrics' stream. They had it. A lot of, I guess, people on that server had it out, and it's like, I'm not showing up on these people's stream to like crap on you or anything. That's not a thing. But those people are raising some pretty valid points, right? Like Lyrics, for all things considered, yeah, he's like a fucking more raunchy guy, but I chalk that more up to his youth than anything. But what he's saying isn't necessarily out of pocket. You know, I might just be saying what Lyrics is saying with like, you know, some more maturity applied to it, I guess is the best way to put it. But Lyrics wasn't wrong, right? Like,
oh, bro, if I was Lyrics, I would want to fuck it. I would be close to doing something horrible to Mutahar here. If someone blamed me making jokes on me being young, anytime someone does that, I am sent into a violent rage. That's fucking so annoying. That's one of the most annoying things in the world. You're just edgy because you're young. Please, please, make like the samurai. Holy fuck.
Don't go into these situations 100% on emotion, and that's it.
Well,
you know?
I don't know if I speak for you on this, so don't immediately assume that it's the same, but I won't immediately assume that it's the same. But I want to address this to Max because I'm sure I'll get the same DM in the next 24 hours, 48 hours for the stream that I did today.
Maybe.
And it's like, if you don't want my opinion, don't ask me to watch your fucking videos. I won't watch another video you ever send me if that's what you want. But I'm not going to go live and tell you, or tell everybody that Camden Gerard Davis is a fucking vampire, pedophile, leviathan, child porn consuming monster if you're not going to go and produce that publicly so we can document it based on your history alone, your credibility alone. It's never going to happen. Yeah. Don't ask if you don't want.
I mean, and that's, you know what the thing is, that is 100%. That's like 100% like what I have to say if anything too. It's like, this is a story that like right now, based on everything I've seen, I don't know if I can 100% believe anything. Like, I don't know if I can 100%. Dude, I hate to always say like, man, these girls are victims. They came up to me and they're like, you know, this is what happened. And I'm like, look, I don't know what happened to you, and I'm sorry about all the trauma and horror you go through. But it's like, if I'm gonna like think about it, if I'm gonna cover somebody and potentially ruin their entire life and standing in the world, I gotta have definitive proof.
Do you feel like he's standing behind them? Do you think he's? Do you feel like that? Because that's why I insinuated off what you just said. Do you feel like he's standing behind the victims? Yeah.
I think Max believes and stands behind the victims, but I don't think.
No, I mean, using them as a human shield by standing behind them, not like stands behind in their best interest.
I'm gonna say no, just because like I have a little bit of bias. I can't imagine that he would do that. That's like,
yeah.
I mean, I would hope not. You know, that's
still vouching for this guy's character, still coping and sneaking.
Like, well,
I will say yesterday on the stream when I was talking to him, it definitely felt like when he was leaving the room constantly and having sort of Spencer be the face of the discussion. That's what it kind of started feeling like to me.
Well, he did it to you directly. So you were asking him about the situation, and he turned around and he said, "Listen, I am a platform for the victims. What the victims want me to do is what I do." So that's why that's what I'm using to come to that conclusion. Because when you're hitting him with legitimate criticism, and his response back is, "Well, I'm a vessel for the victims." And
actually, that's a really good catch actually from you. Now that I think about it, that is actually what it really does sound like.
Because he kept saying, he was like, "Why are people doing this?" And then like he would continue repeating that line the whole.
Yeah, no shit, Mutahar. You just cottoned onto this.
I'm a vessel for the victims. I gave the victims my platform. I think.
I hate this guy. I hate Mutahar. It's just crazy how dumb he's been. He's literally like propped this guy up fucking years, and now he's just like, "Oh, wash his hands of it," and then like failing to make even the most base level analysis of the shit he's doing. Wow, when he says, "I'm doing all this for the victims, I'm doing all this for the victims," in response to criticism, maybe he's using them as a shield. I never thought of it like that before. I never thought of it like that. Did you hear the last person I had on a stream? It was a traumatized, weepy-sounding mod who had no business being let on his stream in that state, crying and thanking him. No, but that's unsurprising to me. Welcome to the commentary community, Kuihman. The hard and irresponsible creators aren't so good friends. Yeah, see that.
Maybe it's just me, that the person who's being asked for help is Max, so Max should be advising the victims. It should never be a case like that. It should be his responsibility.
I mean, it's his platform. He has a responsibility to present the story right. You know, these victims came up to him, but it's like, dog, if you go up to the New York Times and tell them about a story, the New York Times is going to act like the way the New York Times is. They're not going to act on your whim and your fucking recommendations. At that point, you're collaborating with a storyteller, a documentarian, and you're the subject. It's like fucking. I mean, that's just understood. That's basic. But yeah, the way that you're putting it, yeah, it definitely does sound like there's plausible deniability, right? Like if things go fucking south, it's not Max that's making these statements. It's the victims, right? The victims are the ones calling, you know, Camden Gerard Davis the pedophile, and I mean, dude, I'm just saying legally, like this case, they're giving a case over to this guy, and I don't know if any party involved there really knows that, you know.
Yeah, no, I do think that that's actually, he does notice that, because he told Lyrics, I think you saw the messages, where he's like, this live stream, if viewed by Camden Gerard Davis, could pose a threat to the victims' lives.
The thing is, quite a lot. I get the feeling that's probably how a lot of his mods and team are. Because the thing is that, by virtue of the topic he's covering, which is pedo shit, he's essentially selecting for like the people who are going to be super into him. They're going to be like the most vulnerable people, right? We're talking about like, you know, people who got raped as kids, basically. That's who he's targeting with his content. Like well, not with his content, but with his for super hard supporters. That's who it's going to be, realistically. And so having like a super abusive, manipulative guy who's just got literally a community full of like child rape victims. It's like crazy. It's insane. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually like a cult dynamic. Like if you actually went and looked, like what those little what his little group chats are like, what like the private channels in his Discords are like. I imagine it is horrific, an absolute fucking state. I would put money on it.
For doing it, even after everyone told you it was a bad idea to debate every single YouTuber on your allegations.
Wasn't that thing only leaked because Max sent that to Lyrics?
Oh no, it's even better. He started inviting YouTubers into the call, and the person's Discord name was their name. So Max, not realizing that, brought in a bunch of people who were showing the Discord call and
I got what you're saying.
had their full name in it. So it doesn't. Make
It's just
sense
another example of how this is so poorly handled by Max in this situation, where like it's not Lyrics' fault. It's his fault for like leaking.
Well, he wouldn't know. Yeah.
I've told Max this. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I think when Max was telling Lyrics that, I really do think it was like, this stream made me look like an idiot last night. Please remove it because I don't want people to fucking view this. I really did feel that's what it was like.
Yeah, because it was at 2:30 in the morning, right after he got bombed. Yeah. He ended off the stream being like, "See you never, guys." Like,
well, even with like Lyrics, it's like Lyrics should never even have to remove that kind of stuff ever. It's like, you didn't like, if we're going by the idea of full names aren't PII, then Lyrics had no legal reason to
well, he's saying,
that,
man, it's not doxing. It would just be like,
no.
but he's willing to try to flag it and roll that dice. I guess I don't know. It just pisses me off.
So this is where like the bridge is kind of on that, like, we're talking like the gasoline is already poured, right? All that's needed is the fucking match to be tossed there, is when he was threatening to use a YouTube connection, or I guess implying that, to remove a channel,
that's
right?
That's like Susie Lou type stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not something, I know Max knows, and I know that's not something I would ever fucking co-sign or be okay with. Like, fuck that shit. There's no, like, the only time I
Life sucks. Who do you think was the audience for those videos? Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's just disturbed, like, teenage to late teenage people, basically. Trying to find the most vulnerable young sort of people who are super edgy, angsty, liable to suggestion. And it's just like so blatant. It should have been so blatant to everyone, but obviously Mutahar's just like bumbling fucking retard with millions of subscribers, just promoting the absolute worst, terrible people, to the point where he's taking people aside at VidCon to vouch for their character and credibility. Yeah, nice one, you fucking idiot. It's just so annoying, man. That Mutahar is literally washing his hands of it completely here. People are gonna let him because he's like, he plays all nice. He's like, oh, sorry, Magnetar. I'm sorry I called you a paedophile. If you got fired from your job or anything, I'll give you some money. It's like, oh wow, Mutahar's such a nice guy. Look, he's learned. He's moving forward. He's tried to fix it. Oh, Mutahar's such a... No, he shouldn't have let this go on for so long in the fucking first place. He was in a position to stop it. Not only was he in a position to stop it, he helped. He was complicit, directly complicit, in continuing it because he was promoting the guy. Even though this guy's been doing terrible shit for years. You've got to answer for that at some point.
Contacted YouTube to ever deal with the channel is when, like, just very recently, that one guy
was
like,
child porn channel, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's understandable. Nobody's gonna fucking sit there and debate that, you know, unless you got something sitting on your drive and you're a little suspicious. But no, when somebody's criticizing you and, you know, they've leaked out a name that you don't even consider to be PII, and you've said that it doesn't follow under YouTube's rules, you shouldn't fucking be telling him to remove that kind of content. It really feels like he wanted to remove that information just because it makes him look, you know, not at his best.
I mean, if he really wanted that stream up, he would just rush to cut that entire back end off, and he would put up all the girls' testimonies, because that was what the first half of the stream was. And maybe I'm going crazy here, but I'm assuming when the girls said that they wanted to live stream, they meant the first half where they talked about their experiences with Cameron Gerard Davis, and not the second half where a woman with a southern drawl undressed their fucking friend in front of them and fucked him on the fucking stream. Like, I'm sorry, I can't imagine any girl was like, you really got to debate Xylee.
Part of the response that's going to happen from Max is he's going to blame the commentary channels if things go wrong, right?
Sure.
Because now you guys are putting all of your effort and focus, I guess, onto him instead of Cameron Gerard Davis. When at the end of the day, the real situation should be the commentary channels are telling you to shut the fuck up and start working with law enforcement, because that's all you're doing. You're only causing harm to these victims.
Well, do you think if it wasn't MamaMax, he'd be given this much leeway? I mean, this has been going on for like a couple months, and people are only now starting to really turn on him. He lost his audience. I think his Patreon started to get hit a little bit. His Reddit has turned on him. I just can't imagine if I'm Alex did this, people would be as charitable for as long, including myself.
It's like the Gerard shit, right? Like fucking, you know, for a while people were like shocked, stunned, and they were like, oh, you guys are like clout chasers. You know, if you build up a great audience, a great community, if you build up a great rapport over the years, it makes people question things. But I mean,
is killing this 0 Indian slurs speedrun. Listen, I don't need just spout off slurs at people of a different race just because they're being dumb. There's no point making tech support jokes about Muta either because he fucking sucks with tech.
Look, right now the fact of the matter is, none of what Max is doing is helping. None of what Max is doing for the victims is good. If any other YouTuber was doing this, I would say we would all be more fucking critical. You're 100% right. And in Max's case, we should be fucking 100% critical.
Well, people have been criticizing you similar to the way people have been criticizing the Gerard people, because you know how Carl
Sleepy
came out.
just learn from you. Is this a reference to? I heard Sleepy went on stream earlier. Deeparama said that earlier. I wasn't actually around for it. I was asleep. Did Sleepy say some anti-Indian slurs on Chud's stream?
Started saying, you know, Gerard's a really nice guy. I don't know if he's capable of doing something like this. And I've been seeing that kind of thrown towards you. I've been seeing that thrown towards
F-slur on Chud's stream.
Next,
what?
All in the
same idiot.
Context for Max. It's like, well, he's like a really good guy. He would never do something like that. Do you kind of see where that comes from a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we're humans. We have our fucking biases. I get that, and especially with Max. But I will say this right now with Max, it's like, given the situation, I'm not afraid to burn or cut bridges or ties or friendships with people that aren't treating this situation with the respect it deserves, right? Like,
yeah, no, I think people will see this conversation in that light, that you were willing to come on here and actually discuss this and research this and actually tell Max that the stuff wasn't actionable, that you wouldn't.
That's not very tactful, is it? Really,
new information if you were allowed.
If this information was solid, I would have made a video already, because it doesn't take me too much time to compile things and research and bring about like the story. You know, because I'm not like flashy as Max would be, but also it's like I can present the situation, and I'll sit and present the situation. It just has to be a situation that is presentable, right? Like, based on what I've seen, it's like I wouldn't co-sign on this investigation based on everything I've seen so far, the lack thereof, and I will say that 99% of channels on YouTube probably wouldn't co-sign yet, and there's a reason why they haven't, you know.
Yeah. Thank you very much for answering. I have one more question, and you can tell me if you want to answer it or not. But I have a very angry chatter right now who's asking about it. Are you familiar with Magnetar?
Oh, let's go, fucking Magnetar. Here we go. Here we go. The man.
Who's Magnetar?
Magnetar is the guy
this is
that
big.
Max
this
is claiming
huge.
is a pedophile. Now, apparently on stream, when you were discussing, and again, I don't want to jump you with this, so you stop me. But apparently on
do
stream,
jump him with it. No, do jump him with
the
it.
allegations. You're like, well, apparently that guy's like a pedo too, or something. That's what he said today to me on stream. I guess, do you kind of have reservations?
Do I know that guy on a different name by any chance?
Anthony Fields. He might. That was his full name, I believe.
Was that the guy in the Believe All Accusation shit?
That was the guy who made the video with the girls.
Okay.
I guess
and that's the guy that Max called a pedophile at the end?
Max claimed that he like sent his cock to like a 15 or a 14-year-old girl or something.
I actually had a talk with that guy too around that time as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact nature of it, but did I call him a pedophile?
Well, he seems to think you did. I don't know for a matter of fact that that's the case. My question is, do you kind of look at that? Do you look at what was said in that video the same way, knowing that Max is not being super truthful here? Do you think it's possible that some of that stuff might not have been up? That investigation.
I mean, yeah, probably not. And if I don't remember exactly calling him that. I feel like I should, but if I did, I definitely owe Magnetar an apology. Like, unless there's a fucking 100% confirmed thing. Yeah, if I did, I 100% apologize. I don't co-sign on anything like that. I don't. Was that on my podcast? Because you mentioned Leon
Magnetar said you can get us a clip if you're interested.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Send me a clip over here.
I see people in chat saying it was a light cosign or saying a possible pedo. So that might have been the claim that upset him. But yeah, I guess like it's after all the stuff that's happened here, I imagine a lot of people are kind of reflecting on Answer Us PedoTube and the other one, pick a side, YouTube versus pedophiles. Realistically, this is the first time he did like a mass call to action where everyone kind of turned around and were like, no, I don't want to do that. But previous years, everyone was like, fuck you, this guy fucking hunts pedophiles. Who are you to stop him or something like that? Oh, last thing. We'll go back to the Anthony thing if he sends the stuff. But you're actually very educated on how the like the caching works for like the Mega account. So I was wondering if you can kind of explain that to chat, because we talked about it. You were much smarter than me in this.
This is where I have a real issue with Max right now. This is where like this is actually what the gasoline.
I was saying I can't connect to the chat.
So
I'm worried that
Max,
it's private.
for anybody wondering, he got
shit.
his Mega
That's the case.
folder
I'll
taken down
lose
for
my
CSAM
mind.
or violent extremism or bestiality or something of that nature. Now, the way that Mega works is they actually don't have like a whole the way that any of these organizations work is they don't actually have any actual images of child pornography sitting on their drives or cross-reference. That's just not a thing. In fact, in the actual field of law enforcement, there's only probably going to be like 1 or 2 people in that chain that actually see child sexual material in its raw form for cataloging, archiving, evidentiary reasons.
Yeah.
Usually, every organization stores what we know as hashes, which is a digital like sort of like hash file, a fingerprint file that basically confirms that there is child pornographic material present in photographs and video. So when you record a video or record a photo, it goes through a system and it captures every single thing on the video as a hash, right?
We're also giving great advice right now, guys.
Pay
attention. All right, you might need this one day.
Enforcement verifies the hash. That means that it is pretty much child pornography. Now, it isn't to say that there aren't false positives or issues.
Is it possible it could be animal abuse material of some
kind? No, already knows all this.
Because I know that Max in the past,
I mean, I don't know if animal abuse material. It could be like a dead animal or something, or like animal violence, especially if it's like a very famous video that could be used during a law enforcement thing. What people have to understand is nothing in a hash file is going to be something that, from my understanding, that hasn't been cataloged in a system, right? So if you like take a naked picture of yourself that's under the age of 18 and you upload that, it's not going to be something that is picked up, right? Or it's something that's going to be tripping any hashes because you've never been like that image has never been sent to law enforcement agencies or whatnot, right? But when it comes to like a known child material, right? Like something that has touched legal eyes, something that has been cataloged in the NCMEC or the Federal Bureau or something, that if it gets picked up by anyone, whether it be Google's, like
matching
Match or Microsoft's Photo DNA, Apple does it periodically on suspicious devices where we'll check the image hashes. That if anything gets tripped there, what's going to happen is it's going to get removed from iCloud.
Are you implying that Mutahar may have a surface level or undeveloped knowledge of something related to cybercrime? Is that what you're implying to me right now? You're saying that he may not understand something, that he's saying some basic and uneducated things, despite it being his job to talk about it.
It's going to get removed from any cloud service provider, and then they're going to send a tip to NCMEC, which is going to work with that relevant area's law enforcement agencies. So that's my understanding of it too. I don't know, like, what did Max tell you about necessarily what was in that? Like, did you?
No, but I speculated because, again, Comic Cop is pointing this out to me right now, and he said that the mega shit, the link was from a video for his puppy stomping video, so it could be a puppy that's been stomped potentially that could be tripping this. Regardless, though, why would that material need to be on the? Or why would he need to store that material on his Mega Drive? Why wouldn't that just be something that's sent to authorities? I guess.
Retard seems like a guy that his entire education from Reddit. We gotta be real. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Keeping it nasty with you.
I'm actually reading through, like, so one of the things he told me, this is about the Mega situation. There were multiple predators, dick pics, and videos of them masturbating as evidence specifically for law enforcement. Let me grab the video. The video that he linked me to was mylol.apk. Did you see that video?
Oh, wait, that's true. I forgot that he did kind of throw a... Wait, oh, I want to pull that up, too. He did throw a random response saying it was that. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so he timestamped an example of what was included in the drive, his words, which was the full video of... Italian come for you masturbating while I was messaging him under the guise of being a minor. Now, if that's an adult masturbating and it hasn't, like, I don't understand how that could trip a CSEM hash.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all.
Yeah, and also if you're pretending to be a minor, you're not going to trip a CSEM hash because you're also, like, that wasn't a registered, like, child pornography. You know, it wasn't put into a system and, like, law enforcement said, yeah, that's child pornography. You know, I could make a video of myself doing a sting operation and pretend to be, like, a fucking 14-year-old, poorly, of course, and law enforcement's never going to put that in because biologically at the time of filming, I wasn't 14, and that video isn't CSEM material. So that explanation rubs me the wrong way, and I can't buy it just because I know how that system works. And you're not really going to trip a hash if it already isn't in the system, as you know.
Yeah, I actually have his response right here. So this is supposedly what he said. The only issue is he's removed the stream where he says this. This is now gone, and he hasn't re-uploaded it. That's the most recent live stream. But apparently it was logged by the people on his subreddit that he had addressed the Mega upload. He claims it's taken down because the videos of pedophiles jacking off were stored from his MyLol video. He does not acknowledge how Mega upload detects questionable content, as you said, or the issue and reason behind the ban is still unclear, as his claim is unsubstantiated.
If that is the explanation,
pedophiles jacking off would not trip that, right?
That would 100% not trip off anything, because
the actual thing you're supposed to do is immediately remove any chance that the content in question is stored in any of your media, and immediately file a report. A police report of where you saw it. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, that's what any reasonable person would probably do if they ended up with these Peter on their computer, right? Who'd imagine? Not MamaMax though. MamaMax keeps it in his Mega Drive. Don't call him a pedo though, guys. That's slanderous. Don't call him a pedo. There's absolutely no reason to believe that MamaMax is a pedophile. There is no evidence to suggest that MamaMax is a pedophile, guys. It's funny because there's literally more evidence against him for almost everything than there is against literally almost anyone that he's accused. I genuinely hope he gets, like, the book thrown at him for something. It'd be so funny.
Admitted into a system as CSEM material, and it would never exist as a hash. Therefore, it would never be cross-referenced with any other agency, and it would never trip off that system. So that explanation holds no water.
It's possible that the puppy stomping video could have also tripped it, but there could be other examples that have also tripped it, and that's what flags everything.
But this is the example he told me was mylol.apk.
Yeah, apparently that's what he told his audience was mylol.apk.
So again, it wouldn't, like, I don't know why we're extrapolating into the. That almost sounds like we're making an excuse almost, right? Like,
no, because there is a difference. So the reason why Comic Cop said what he did is if you go to other ones, people are posting other screenshots. I don't know if you can see the stream right now, but I can send it to you as well. There's another. Let me pull this into my browser so you can see it. Like on non-offending material that was taken down, you'll see stuff like this. It'll say, this link is unavailable as the user's account has been closed for gross violation of Mega's terms of service. But on offending material, you're getting stuff like, this folder was reported for containing objectionable content such as child exploitative material, violent extremism, and bestiality. So like different folders, when you look up his old Mega, you have different responses. The assumption was that the puppy stomper video tripped something.
Just think about it like this too, right? Like a puppy stomping video isn't bestiality unless there's like a part of it where you're sticking your dick in the animal, right? Like that's not going to trip bestiality. So, you know, let's assume that it's just Animal Crush. Well, yeah, that's not going to, that wouldn't be admitted as a hash. I mean, it's fucked up to have, but that wouldn't, you know, trip that.
So you think he needed to have done something like really stupid or fucked up?
It would have to be really stupid. Violent extremism, like what would violent extremism come into? Wouldn't that just be like, I don't know if you had the
I thought it'd be terrorist shit. My chat seems to think it's violent extremism. I thought violent extremism, that's like beheading people, right?
Well, it would
probably Max tripped a hash, guys. It's just crazy.
Shooter, right?
Like,
yeah. What a matter
it's just so crazy.
From the internet, the only place you could watch it at was like the fucking Kiwi Farms or something. So it would be something.
I'm glad Mutahar's here to fill me in.
CE, like child exploitation material. I mean, these are only 3 options.
This is an insufferable conversation.
Is that literally the only 3 options? Or
this is just the one. There's a whole report that you can find on the internet that talks about exactly what they choose to take down. But this is what was given on his exact Mega. So it's a child exploitative material, violent extremism. But it's such as. So these are just examples. It could be a variety of things. I have someone in chat asking about doxing the guy's mother. you've already stated that you've already kind of poked fun at his definition of doxing on this, so I'm not really sure. I'm assuming what your opinion is on this, but do you think it was necessary to contact his immediate family in the video?
No, I don't think it was important to ever get in touch with the family members. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna add?
Yeah, I assumed you'd say that. That's why I didn't initially bring it up, but people were asking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep too much of your time, but I really appreciate you coming on and kind of giving your take on this. I know you've been on Tommy's streams and stuff recently. It's got to be annoying to kind of, I don't know, he's asking a shitload of content creators to help him out, and then you help him out, and now it seems like you're so wrapped up in this thing, and like your word on the allegations or law, and you have to go correct that right now or something. But
yeah, I mean, like the only thing I just want to finally correct off is like what I said to the Magnetar guy. Like, I guess if I said something out.
Magnetar, have you sent me anything? Hold on, let me just make sure, because I want to get that done for you. I haven't gotten anything from Magnetar. Does anyone have the Magnetar clip that we could pull up, or does anyone know what stream it was from?
Hey, let's go.
So we can...
Mutahar answering for his crimes against Magnetar. I wish he would talk properly about the abuse stuff. I think he does mention it briefly. That's what I really want. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. I'm not fine. But it's good enough.
Tie a little bow on the end of this. Because I know he was looking for it in particular. Magnetar, can you show Muta the clip from Max and Lyrics where Max says that I'm a pedo and says repeatedly that he has no evidence? Well, I mean, I can show him that, but I think it seems like he kind of already understands the situation.
Yeah, I just want to know where I said a statement so I can retract it or explain it further.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's looking for. Do you have that, Magnetar?
Yeah. Like, unless I'm definitively calling you something else.
Kuihman has it.
Oh, I have it. Really? I have it.
Either Chad or Lyrics recently watched it too.
Sorry.
Anybody with timestamp, because I don't want to keep him here too long, but I do think this is a good
The timestamp. Oh, you want to type... No can do, buddy. Sorry. Mutahar needs to watch that full 7-minute clip. No can do on the timestamp, buddy. Sorry.
Look at Kuihman.
Oh, bro, I'm so dumb.
Did Kuihman send it? Oh, is he here? Is Kuihman in chat? No, I don't think Kuihman's even awake. He's a Brit. Let me see.
I mean, like, the only reason you probably called him mom on is if, like, fucking he's still living there or something, but I don't know. Nobody knows the whereabouts of this guy, so...
Wait, Kuihman is in chat? He's awake? Jesus, little fucking bonger. Can you send me the link? Or send me a link to your stream where you show the clip? Because the last thing you've been on stream about was last month.
Fresh logs from Destiny. Oh, my voice.
Sent to the Smaggle, the genius has.
Bro, this is such a huge dog.
Oh, and Kuihman gave it to me actually at 10:42. I didn't say it, so I'm gonna click Kuihman's link because it is infuriating that Smaggle has gotten so much right on the story. I will screen share with you so we can watch it together. So it was your podcast with Nux. This is SomeOrdinary podcast, okay?
Right.
So do you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Make sure they see my screen. Get this full. Okay.
You gotta watch the whole 7 minutes here.
Oh, is it the whole 7 minutes? Maybe Kuihman fucked up. Oh no, he gave it to me.
Transcript that went out. Okay.
There was no fuck up.
It's the 540.
There was no error. Believe me.
Let me make sure if Smaggle gave me a different timestamp. It's in here. I think it's this part.
And he mentions the guy making the video. I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay, this is it.
I don't know. Yeah, like it was so weird. When I watched the Max video, like
go back to. I want him to do
on the TV behind me while I was.
Mutahar, please. I need full research streams. Do full research. Just take 2 days. Look, you're a millionaire, bro. You've made it. You can take 2 days. Just sit down and go through all the MamaMax abuse allegations, all the evidence that both of them provided, and just think about how that abuser, believe all abusers video, whatever it's called, actually looks. Here's what I was thinking earlier, right? With the MamaMax abuse allegations, it'd be one thing if Max was saying, "Oh yeah, these were toxic two-way relationships that you know." There were ups and downs to them, and these people are sort of painting me in an uncharitable light because they've hyped each other up. But no. The story is either. These are the two stories you're presented with. One of them is 6 women have come forward. Every single one of this guy's exes have come forward and said he's abusive. Or, this guy says that 6 exes in a row have been abusive to him. So either it's one guy who is insanely unlucky, or one guy who is insanely malicious. One of these things is much more likely than the other. These are not equal allegations. These are not equal stories. Even if you take it as he said, she said. These are not equal stories. These are not equally plausible. It's just insane that people wrote it off at all. It's just utterly insane.
Working on something here, and like it got to the point where I was at the end of the video, I look around and it's like 6 out of 5, and then he mentions the guy making the video. I'm like, oh fuck, what happened with this guy? And then he says he's a pedophile, and I'm like, I just stop right there. I'm like,
he's a good showman. Max. He makes good content. You gotta hand it.
I don't know if there's something necessarily wrong with that yet, but let's keep going.
Hold on, rewind that 30 seconds. Wait, what?
And then he showed a clip of his sister saying that the guy.
I'm logging Doc on the radio. What? Wait, is that?
$15-year-olds and stuff.
Oh wait,
me and my sister were following the whole thing like crazy because it was like Excuse me, my girlfriend.
Sorry,
Like, we know
I
Max.
got Doc on the radio mixed up with a fucking what's his name again? Ghosty from True Capitalist Radio. That's what I thought you were talking about.
So it's like we just want to know this whole fucking thing, and me and her were blown away by the bombshell. We're like, what the fuck? Like, how can this?
Yeah.
It's like you got to imagine, like, if you're the guy running these things and you have a possible history.
I mean, to be honest, looking at it from his perspective, Max is this guy who obviously has a chip on his shoulder and hates this dude, right? And he's making videos about catching pedophiles. He's just scared that one of the videos will be about him. So he's trying to discredit Max first. That was the impression I got.
Is he the dude that helped orchestrate the video between the girls? Is that
and he organized the video, which is really
imagine that. Imagine that. The projection. It's almost.
Ghosty is a blast from the past.
Well, this guy was tagging. So I remember the day it happened. He was immediately tagging me. He was tagging Charlie, and he was tagging Nexpo the whole time.
Even I got tagged. There was this Google Drive thing. I got tagged, and
yeah, like we just kept getting tagged, and then because he kept tagging, like I had a bunch of like DMs like, how do you support a fucking abuser? And I'm like,
oh my god,
bitch, it ain't even fucking confirmed yet. What do you want me to?
Literally, yeah. It's there's what someone uploaded a G drive with some screenshots.
Musa's done research before. Why is he lazy on the Max stuff? Everyone's done research before. Everyone's done research. He just, you know, he wants to be cool. He wants to be the edgy. Mutahar wants to be seen as like a pedo hunter guy, I think. So being friends with like the cool pedo hunter guy on YouTube probably helped cultivate the image he wanted. I would imagine that's how it feels to me. That's my speculation, just based on how I've seen Mutahar before.
Okay, bro.
Like the most I said, I'm like, listen, if Max actually did something wrong, I'm open to hearing the other sides. Like, even if you're my friend, I'll still.
All right, so I assume that's the issue for what Magnetar has. Is you guys joking around saying he's clearly projecting and saying that like if you have a potential history of something like this. Meanwhile, from Magnetar's perspective, Max just straight up made something up. He said to me today that he thinks that like he could know that there's like a potential girl in his past or whatever that Max could be pulling on strings in real life, but this is just a completely fabricated story. So I don't know why he would have to.
So I'm just gonna say it to Magnetar. I'm gonna be like, listen, I get the fucking big dick energy, but you made it sound like I was blatantly calling you a pedophile. Nowhere in that clip did I hear that I called you a pedophile at all. I was literally reacting to a bombshell drop in a video. And I'll pretty much leave it at that, okay? That's pretty much what it comes down to. If you felt that I wasn't super charitable to you, then it is what it fucking is. You know. But I did not call you a pedophile. That is insane to fucking assume out of it. Like, that is... I'm sorry to say, that's really...
Listen, I'm being uncharitable. I know people are going to call me uncharitable. I am being uncharitable. That is what I am. But, holy fuck, does it not feel like Muta initially tries this excuse, and then when they start watching it back, or watch it more, or whatever happens here, and it sort of seems like it's changing and people are pissed off at him, does it not seem like when he it's only when he feels like he can't worm his way out of it that then he's like, okay, yeah, I did something wrong. Only when he's actually pressed into a corner. That's how it feels to me.
Fucking retarded, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's move past it. But yeah, definitely not as insane as I thought it was going to be. And I'm sorry, I will say, you know, that was not a blatant.
Yeah, it was absolutely framed as though it was like
there was
probably
an insane
true.
Fucking like bombshell drop.
That was absolutely the framing.
You made an insane bombshell drop in a video. That's
so
what I'm getting.
In regards to the initial allegation, I guess that was levied by Max. So are you saying that like your position now and then hasn't changed? That you're still waiting on more information, or do you think that?
What?
Well, I guess looking at it then and looking at it now, I guess has anything that's happened changed your position? I don't know what your position was then, but I'm assuming you're saying it was just like I'm reacting to the bombshell, so you didn't have a position there then?
Yeah, I'm reacting to the bombshell. I didn't have a hardline position then, but I will give you some I will give you some like fucking. I will concede and say I should definitely have been more careful in saying that, and I will definitely go in further. But I did not, in any capacity, 100% finger you as a pedophile. That is how I believe this.
I didn't 100% finger you as a pedophile. Nice. I love what the standard is. The war is in fucking hell right now, bro. Holy shit.
Bombshell drop, and the way that Max presented in the video, and that's if we watch the video again. In its production quality, that 6 out of 5.
I was just talking about the production quality, bro.
That's what it comes down to.
Do you have an issue with anybody? I don't know. You can't speak for anyone else on there, but do you have an issue with anything Nuck said in that clip, or anything that I guess Leon said, or are you content with the?
Disavow your co-hosts now.
I mean, maybe like fucking. I don't know who was it. Me that said that like when you got a history, was it Leon that said it? I feel like whoever said it.
It's right here.
Yeah, the whole thing like crazy because it was like because me and my girlfriend were like we know Max, so it's like we just want to know this whole fucking thing and. Me and her were blown away by the bombshell. We're like, what the fuck?
Because that is true. You were talking about the bombshell.
Like, how can this... It's like, you got to imagine, like, if you're the guy running these things and you have a possible history...
That's what I'm saying. Is I think that's why the chat is kind of upset with you. Is it? It's like,
that's my fuck up then. If I said possible history,
it comes,
I can see
as a viewer, I think you come away thinking that you believe
now
it's
you change it.
You reacting to the
I think the chat's kind of upset with you. Yeah, I fucked up, guys. I'm sorry.
They think, oh, okay. Mutahar thinks this is real.
No, that is my fuck up there. 100%. I can own that. That is not. I definitely should have been careful. I can see like where somebody could be insinuating. I did not in any capacity at the time even like 100% add that as a definition. If my thing is with a definite claim, I definitely will just say you are a pedophile and you fuck children if I 100% believe it. But at the time,
there's amorphous blob,
video,
spineless.
I believe it was like when something about like applying to a
And
job
one of
or
them
something,
little
like, or
fish
something.
Yeah.
and fish things.
Oh,
That's
Magnetar in
what
chat
kinda
did
blew
say
away.
thank you, Muda. No hard feelings. So I'm glad that we reached that outcome there.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, at the end of the day, it's like after all of the shit that is given here, after at least the last 48 hours and that last live stream that I was on, I'm more partial to like fucking Magnetar at this point, right? But I don't know. It's a tough thing. I will say, like, hearing that clip again, and if it, like, it definitely, I will say, like, if I made it insinuate, honestly, if I ruined anything going on for you in like a thing, in like your job or like life, and I 100% apologize, and I definitely would try to do whatever I can to make that right.
Hey, bro, sorry if I got you fired. I can sort you out some money if you want.
Presented, because again, people are asking to talk
Please
about
don't sue
Magnetar
me.
stuff a lot, and some of the stuff with the girls and stuff with Max. It feels like every single person who's talking about this has their own like interest.
Hey, probably going to sue him, to be fair.
I feel like we should get Magnetar and have a discussion about the girl stuff too. Like, I feel like Magnetar.
Do you want me to bring Magnetar in?
I mean, like, honestly, I think like we all should have a discussion with Magnetar. I think like rehashing his initial video is probably more important because I think it actually adds more relevance to the Max situation right now.
You do think in hindsight that you're like, I guess your idea, I don't want to say that you brushed off the situation with Max, but your initial conclusion now is kind of open again after seeing everything that he's done with this recent.
Take this money.
I think
off.
everything deserves a review after how Max has treated the situation. I think everything needs to be reviewed again. You know, personally.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from on that one.
How about you view it properly the first time?
Just as we were watching that, we were just
instead of just saying, "Oh, I'll always hear out the victims. I'll always hear out the other side," and look at the evidence. You actually don't do that. How about instead of just saying it, you actually do it? Wouldn't that be crazy, Mutahar? Wouldn't that be fucking insane if you just actually viewed the evidence the first time? Let's talk about a review. Let's talk about a view. Let's talk about the initial viewing. Doing that once, please. Because even in this clip, he says like, "Oh yeah, I had Max's response video on the TV behind me." So you mean when your friend that you lend all your credibility to is being accused of like abuse and stalking, sexual assault, all this shit, the way you decide to consume his response video that's supposed to vindicate himself, that you're going to throw your weight behind, that you said he vindicated himself in that video, the way you're going to view that video is on your TV behind you without looking at the screen or reviewing any of the evidence, scrutinizing any of it. You just sort of let it play on the smart TV. Just sort of let it play. Just listen. When your friend is being accused of abuse, sexual assault, stalking, the guy you throw a bunch of credit, this is how you treat it. You're retarded, dude. Beyond retarded. You are beyond dumb. You're a fucking idiot. It's insane. Absolutely insane way to behave from a multiple million sub YouTuber. Absolutely nuts.
Joking around before saying like, you know how with Gerard, it's like, I have plenty of people coming around to tell me what a cool guy I've been. And even in that clip, you're like, me and my girlfriend, we're friends with Max. So it's like, I guess this is kind of been a mind boggler for a lot of people, myself included to a degree. I'm not innocent in that one either. I didn't know Max could fucking blow a story like this, and now I'm wondering if it's not just an accident.
Yeah, it was like
this whole.
Yeah, they compared him to a lawyer. They're all sitting around like, yeah, he's like a lawyer. He took apart every single one of their points. He just dismantled it. Dude, you're an idiot.
Thing really feels like ego took over.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Is I thought it because I don't want to say.
Are we quoting this clip here? When your friend is being accused, you want to act. I just wanted to save my best friend. I just wanted to save Max. I just wanted to save Max, guys. Bro.
A malicious clout demon, and I used this as an example before. First of all, I do not blame a single person. I assume that's Kuihman's position right now. I don't blame him for having it. I think Max has dug his own grave on that regard. Yeah. But my thing is like, well, if he's going to be a clout chaser, I mean, why didn't he just make a good video?
I mean, well, yeah, there is
if he's going to chase clout, he wants a real successful banger.
The cat's got a point there, but
first time?
I still
he
think
could chase the shitload of clout, took a
gone.
bunch of money from victims, and he kept pushing it out and pushing it out and pushing it out. This seems like more. This seems like it's a character issue.
There's never been, I don't know if there's
was...
anyone who's ever been more deserving of like being thrown in prison over internet shit than Max, to be quite honest. Other than like, you know, people that actually, I don't know, he's probably done more damage than most consumers of CP. Let's be real. Because I mean, like, how much damage does a consumer of CP really do? You're like a drop in the bucket of the incentive to create it, right? But Max is like broadly caused so much damage. The entire thing, you know. But like one person without any backing can only do so much. But Max has got the backing of like hundreds of thousands of people. So he's capable of doing like way more damage. A lot. I mean, It's really wrong, but does it really do a lot of damage? Like, you're not... They don't even directly impact one person. Like if they're just consuming, they're not even directly impacting a single person, let alone thousands of people. I want to join you on that hill, but I'm chill back here. You can do a lot more damage if you have a lot more people. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. This is my Vosh moment, okay? This is me saying I see no moral or ethical argument. No moral or legal argument for the... So you can do more damage with the Goon Gang. Yep. Nick's just letting move several weight. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, what are you expecting here, really? Ask any professional who's got a vested interest in saying this. I don't believe it to be individually harmful. What do you mean? Harmful to yourself? Yeah, obviously. But I'm talking about a moral harm being done, right? Like you're one drop in the bucket of the consumption. Yeah, broadly, consumption is an issue, but as a single person consuming it does not have a great influence on the situation. If one person stops consuming, it is unlikely the production is going to change in any way. The volume of production is going to change in any way. But if one MamaMax goes out and fucks up a bunch of cases for years on end, that's a bunch more people who got hurt for no reason. And that's just facts. And that's just facts. You can't even argue with that. I'm sorry. Listen, what you're saying makes no sense. You're not actually reasoning it out. I'm just saying it's retarded to sit there and go, well, people in the field say it. It's like, okay, well, reason it out. It should be very easy for you to reason it out then. But it's not, because it's not. Because it's obviously not true. It's not true that a single person who downloads CP is doing like a fuckload of harm to the world. That's just not true. Nothing changed. If they stopped, or very little would change. It's hurting them a fuckload, yeah. Obviously, it's very bad. So it's very unlikely that anything outside of them is going to change in the world as a result of them stopping. So there's not really actually much being done there. But one MamaMax fucking all this shit up. His argument is true, but not worth saying. Well, you might want to say I'm kind of in a fuck optics mood tonight, I guess. But look, my point is that MamaMax is worse than a pedophile. What do you mean? Not much between that. Yeah, you have to prove something is being done. I'm saying not much is being done. If you want to prove to me that there would be a change in the volume of content produced, then yes, you have to present evidence for that. My position is that a single person does not have a great deal of influence over broad societal trends or issues. That is my position, and that is a very basic, simple position that makes logical sense and that is backed by, like, literally, I imagine any piece of research into anything even tangentially related to that concept would back it up. I'm just going out on a limb here. I'm just going out on a fucking limb here and saying that's the case. That is my position. One person does not have an impact on a broad amount of people. Please disavow CP. Guys, I gotta say, I disavow fucking kids. That's bad. Don't do that, guys. Cut that out. Alright. Pedophiles in chat. CP is not valid. Pedophilia is not valid. You're not valid, okay? Get help. Gotta say, I'm in favor of, you know, people not fucking kids, gotta say. A statement that isn't an influence. I'm saying there is no reason to believe that a single person has influence over broad societal problems. There is literally no reason to believe that. Yeah, I'm using isn't as a shorthand, sure. There is no reason to believe it. There is no reason to believe a single pedophile has any change, is going to cause any difference in the level of content produced by simply stopping consuming it. Spudgun is arguing the opposite. Spudgun is telling me that a single pedophile actually does a huge amount of harm by... No, it's not at all. That is literally what my claim has been the whole time. And anyone will say that is what my claim has been the whole time, is that one person, one pedophile consuming CP does not do a great amount of harm. But there's no reason to believe it does a great amount of harm, because they do not have influence over a broad societal issue. They do not have influence over other cases. They do not... A single person does not account for a large share of the market of any product, usually. Like, and that continues for CP. Well, what if it's the president? But that proves my point, doesn't it? Because then that's not just the president, that's the president having the apparatus to control a bunch of other people. That's why that is important. That's why that would be more influential. And that's the same reason MamaMax is more influential, right? I don't care, Queen. What about the president? Very based. Just found out about CP. That shit whack. Alright, well, that's our 20-minute PETA discussion for the night. Pick a side, Kuihman.
Done to spread culpability. That's my personal belief. If we're gonna get into like the fucking grim reality of the situation, I think the whole reason we had to contact other YouTubers was to spread culpability and blame if things went south, you know?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, if you do something on your own, that's you getting fucked up on your own. The moment you add me, Charlie, fucking you, everyone...
Well, that's why nobody came through this time.
Max is worse than a pedophile. That's my point, guys. That's the point to take away from all of that, okay?
But it's not like a crazy thing, you know what I mean? So you're saying
Max,
that you think
Max is worse than a pedophile.
We should get like a call privately and discuss things with Magnetar at some point, or do you think that there should be like a...
I don't really mind if it's public or private, but I think revisiting Magnetar's initial video that he made.
Yes, I would rather be caught with CP than be caught making those embarrassing fucking art films. I know about you guys, but as Rita said last night, you couldn't torture a video like that out of me.
Where he talks about these girls.
Because Haley popped back up today. I did speak to her briefly. My chat hasn't seen it yet. We're gonna watch that at some point. But yeah, they were talking about some of the stuff that happened to them and how they... Normally when people tell me, I don't know if this is just you, normally when people tell me like, oh, I was doxxed, they found where I work, they posted all that shit or whatever, I kind of roll my eyes at that because that usually doesn't happen. But Max is the type of person to read your mother's name and say like, we need to find this person. His community is like very aggressive, and yeah. I believe that these girls like went through a lot. Probably. I mean, they have to have. I mean, their only advocate was Edwin.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. No, I think genuinely it's like fucking... I think definitely we all have to...
Look, it's pretty simple. If you've seen the MamaMax video, it's slightly worse than watching CP. Exactly. See, someone understands what I'm saying. Someone gets it. Exactly.
Revisit everything with Max as well. I think, honestly, having like Magnetar, I think... Or Anthony, fucking... Anthony,
well, apparently Anthony wasn't public. So... What happened was...
Wait, fuck, are we...
No. So Anthony was public. That's my problem with it. Is I fucking swear to God he reached out to me as Anthony. But he claimed he was being doxxed when that was going on. I think he since moved off that position. I don't think his name was private, but I could be wrong. I could have sworn we interacted when his name was already Anthony. But yeah, Anthony Magnetar... one of the things he wanted me to point out is apparently Max is telling everybody that Anthony is like running the Kiwi Farms thing, and there is like no evidence to support that Anthony is like the person who doxed him on Kiwi Farms or posted all that stuff. I haven't seen a single thing, a shred of proof that shows that he's gone that route. And I wouldn't believe a random normie who is like defending girls on YouTube would be knowledgeable enough on deep internet lore to even end up on that site by accident.
He's claiming Anthony Magnetar is the one running the Kiwi Farms?
Yeah, and that seems to be really upsetting him because he reached out about me specifically.
So I'm gonna say it right now, and this is I'm not doing this because it's like I'm trying to pay back Anthony after what like me making a statement. It's actually impossible. Let me explain why it's retarded to assume anybody could be running a fucking thread. You don't have any proof. You have no idea what the post came from. You have no idea what the OP poster is. It could be anyone. It could be you, Nick. It could be me. It could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
How can you make an assumption? Like, this is one of the things that drives me, and it goes back to the fucking Camden Gerard Davis shit. You got like we literally don't have any confirmation at all. We have nothing. We have no hardline data to go off of. We literally are going off with fucking feelings on the situation. Every single party. And
it feels like if you don't like my feelings, then you're protecting pedophiles, and nobody knows that better than Tommy C. Somebody who's been like, I think there was like QR codes about Max like sexually dominating him that were going around and fucking stuff like that, and like that he put in his videos of some kind that Tommy had to react to, insinuating that Tommy, who's been molested himself, is like a
Tommy's
pro
pedophile.
Right? He's literally a fucking survivor of CSA. Yeah. And by giving that information, he's been like ridiculed in his chat and stuff like that for putting that information.
It's not like he has
I hate the original post for that. What happened to Nick? What is this gay talking about? You can't call him a pedophile. He's a survivor of CSA. No, come on, dude. What a retarded point to bring up, dude. Like, is it not the cycle of abuse thing? Like, it's like not even a defense. It's like, I understand if you want to say, oh well, it's extra bad that he did it because it's triggering for him because he doesn't want to be called that because it brings up memories of it. Sure, I get that. If you want to say that, that is an argument. It's a really gay argument. It is an argument, but that doesn't seem like what he's saying. He's saying like, I can't believe you call him a pedophile. He's a survivor of CSA. That doesn't mean that means he's not a pedophile. No, that's not necessarily true.
The same fucking static IP address of like fucking Magnetar, which even then, by the way, it's still not conclusive evidence because you can have a shared IP address from time to time. That's how a lot of these big ISPs work. This whole fucking go on half cocked and talk about these serious allegations. Here's the thing about people that hunt pedophiles. Okay, they have the easiest fucking PR win in history.
Yeah.
No shit. That's you, bro. You're talking about yourself,
yeah,
bro.
And if you get it wrong, who's gonna believe
you,
the pedophile?
dog?
Oh,
yeah, like,
you're saying you're not a pedophile? That's exactly what a pedophile would say.
Yeah, like you can get things. You could probably get a few things wrong in a pedophile case as long as you reasonably prove the other person is a fucking legitimate predator. You know, because at that point it's like, oh, cool, okay, I'm sorry that like if you hit up EDP and it was like, oh, like you messed up the age by 1 year, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, EDP, you're not into 12-year-olds. Is 13 any better? Sure, let's go on.
100%.
Like that's probably all you're looking at. But this is not. I don't understand what Max was expecting out of this situation. I don't understand what he was expecting to go. I don't know what he was really thinking.
What I said is one person who consumes one CP consumer has less impact, tiny impact in comparison to MamaMax. That was my point. That's been my point the whole time. That's been my position the whole time. That's been what I've stated every time. One CP consumer has a tiny impact compared to MamaMax.
He started this whole situation because what's happening now is like his whole history on YouTube is currently being questioned.
Yeah, it's like he wants everyone to just trust him. Just trust me. This guy's a pedophile, guys. Trust me.
Both are bad, guys. Both are bad. Okay, guys. I would like to say both are bad. I'd like to make it clear. I should stop. This bit's getting old. Okay, the I disavow CP bit is getting old. Obviously, listen, pedophiles bad. I'm not here defending pedophiles. I don't like pedophiles. I think pedophiles are cool. I think it's okay to be a pedophile. I think you should go and get help. I think you should not be around. Pedophiles are not chill. Well, yeah, exactly. But then if you're talking about someone who converts other people into also liking CP, that's a different thing, right? That's now a different action that's occurring. I'm talking about a pure consumer, a connoisseur. A hobbyist. I think everyone is understanding my point by now. I think everyone knows what I'm saying. I think I'm just ranting. Anyway, let's go back to the video.
And he's been able to do that because, like, people look at him and go, oh, he's the pedophile hunter. I had a conversation with Night Docs. I'll use him as an example. He was very adamant that Max is doing stuff because he's a filmmaker who really takes the CSAM stuff really seriously, and he's trying to put people away or whatever. And, like, it was justification for some outrageous video he made saying that, like, it was YouTube love. What's the quote, guys? We watched it on the last stream. Let die the pedophiles you love, or suffer the children, or something like that. As if that's any way to talk to a corporation that you want to get something done on.
One of the things that I had this discussion with Max even about too. Well, I mentioned it in the YouTube video. I can't say that I had this discussion right off the top. Probably came off not in the way that I'm about to say it, but it's like when he got his initial, like when YouTube wasn't playing ball with him initially, I had to pretty much sit down and like just explain, like, when you make threats of violence even to a pedophile, they're gonna take your video down, and it's not because they're pretending.
And no shit,
legitimately broke TOS.
And it's crazy that you have to sit down and talk to someone about that, or you have to explain that to someone publicly, because like if it
was even crazier to continue lending your credibility to a guy who you have to explain that to. Imagine that. Imagine being that guy. Imagine being the guy who spent years lending his credibility to someone that's that fucking stupid. Imagine how dumb and ashamed that guy must feel right now. Imagine how fucking stupid. I bet that guy's probably begging for forgiveness on streams. He's probably saying, please, please forgive me. I was completely retarded. I'm an idiot. No one should ever listen to me again. I'm a moron. I spent years propping this guy up. I shouldn't have done any of it. I'm an idiot. I should have checked all of it. I never did. I never did because I'm a moron. Surely that's what that guy is saying right now.
History is when fucking Axeman made a comment about fucking doxing a YouTube employee and had to be told why that was a bad joke to make. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking annoying. It's so annoying that I have to explain this to people. And like, you have to even explain it to Max. Because it makes me wonder, like, does he know this? And like, did he need Mutahar to tell him that? Or did he kind of just hope that no one would say anything? Because it was probably the thing that would get him more views for that video. And that's what pisses me off more.
I think with him, it's like, it's just a matter of like, with him, it's just a matter of fucking, he really does want to be like, he really is aiming for the fame and fortune.
Just think about it. If a YouTuber made threats of violence or made statements of incitement to violence towards like any other group on Earth, they would be disowned by all their big YouTuber friends immediately. But just pedophiles, you can just say whatever you want about. It is kind of fucking crazy that you can literally say shit that would be TOS breaking and totally disavowable, literally in any other context, but you can just say it about pedophiles. It is crazy. It's nuts. Because it's not even like I give a fuck about the pedophiles. It's just like, it's just gay that we give these antisocial retards like an excuse to vent just like that. I don't even know how to put it. Like violent fantasies, violent ideation. It's just it's just purely antisocial. It's just an excuse to be a fucking freak loser. And be called moral for it. Yeah, exactly. Most delicious immoral traits moment. Exactly. It makes it even worse when you consider the fact that a lot of these people that he's talking about are like falsely accused because he's a fucking absolute retard. So it's not just that he's doing it to pedophiles, which obviously, you know, you can't care about in any way. If you even acknowledge that they've got humanity, you're actually a pedophile yourself. I know. But yeah, when you mix in the fact that he's falsely accusing people, these people aren't even pedophiles all the time. That's just insane. And Mutahar let him get away with it. He is. Just so insane. It's like punch a Nazi, but anyone can be accused of being a Nazi. Yeah, exactly. It is. It's punch a Nazi. 100% it is punch a Nazi. It's the same thing. The kill pedophile shit is punch a Nazi, but for like people who don't want to be seen as soy. Not that I like using that word very much anymore, but it's the only one I can think of in this context.
On the internet, I feel. I think he really is hoping that this brings him to, like, you know, being a filmmaker at some point.
Nobody reaches out to Joe Rogan just for altruistic reasons. That's a status symbol to be on Joe Rogan, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, at the end of the day, it's like if he wanted to like get the audience's attention to reach out to, like, you know, law enforcement. You know what his video should have been? This is like what he should have filmed. He should have filmed a video, like a documentary, over how fucked up the legal system was, that these women made like legitimate complaints.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, didn't give a shit about it. That would have been such a banger video. You could have titled it how law enforcement.
Not how law enforcement. How the insert police department here failed a victim, failed a survivor, or something. That's a total. But you don't even have to do that. This is a story about a vampire werewolf pedophile thing. Turkey Tom could make $1 million.
Stop being a pedophile.
The way he did with the clown stuff. Yeah.
Well, if he all Turkey Tom does is present the facts. If all he had done was like make a video, it's like this police department failed a rape victim.
I'm sorry, guys. I made the mistake of acknowledging the base moral worth and value of all human life. I'm sorry, guys. I'm critical error. I'm sorry, guys. I'll put myself on the list now.
Bro, that would have fucking hit Dexerto. That would have hit any news organization right there. I mean, who doesn't like stories about police malfeasance, bro? That goes everywhere. That would have been like the first fucking Hassan reaction we would have seen on that day. All right, this fucking law enforcement agency failed a CSA victim. Let's go over how. And he could have gone over every single report, rape kit that they made, and how they fucking never acted on it, how they never went through with it, how all of this shit was fucked up to begin with. And then the call to action at the end could have been, hey, listen, if you want to see some fucking justice done, maybe you do have to get this police department and pressure them off their ass. You know, at that moment, every fucking streamer would have watched there, and every streamer would have covered that shit, and that video would have gotten viral, like multiple millions of views, and it would have actually probably led to like some nationwide like discussion on how the law enforcement system pretty much leaves this kind of shit on a back burner, because that girl Spencer's case isn't the only fucking case to exist. You know, there's billions of other cases across the United States like that.
By the way, I just got a notification from Snaggle to share this. Supposedly, the MyLol video, they found a re-upload of it with like the deleted, the banned account linked in it, and when you click the link to what he put in the mega, that gives you the which notification was it, Smaggle? It shows that it broke TOS, but it doesn't say child exploitation. So that one gives a different error. So that might not even have been it. So I'm not sure why he'd said that, but I don't know if that's anything to go by, because for all we know, he has an email that told him that was what it was.
Yeah,
you know
like,
we don't know.
There should be like some email from their team that tells him this is the offending material.
Yeah.
It triggers a hash or something. Didn't he admit or something in one of the interviews with like Spencer or like one of the videos very recently that there was an FBI probe into him?
Yeah, that's the other thing is that he's being investigated by the feds. So that's another fucking thing here too. I don't want to like. I'm not going to be charitable. I'm sorry. I understand people are saying, well, he probably just misspoke. I'm not going to be charitable on this one. I don't know why he said it was in the My Law video. I don't know why he.
Sorry, Spotgo. If you think I'm still very pussy about us arguing earlier, I'm not. I'm just joking about the general sentiment around it. I'm sure you don't think the way that I'm mocking.
Specific example why he thought that was a good response to make publicly, or why he did it on live streams that everyone told him was a bad idea to do. So if it turns out it was the puppy getting stomped, I'm really fucking confused on why he said it was My Law.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's like, I personally find it a little bit hard to believe on a misspeak like that, because you should be able to, especially, okay, this isn't me asking like you about some lighthearted shit or some small.
Yeah, this is why did your account get sent to the feds for fucking potential CSAM or bestiality material. This is a really big response, and it's exactly the type of thing both myself now and Mutahar privately told him that he should stop fucking doing on stream. So this is entirely his fault. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I don't know what he's getting investigated by the FBI for. Like, has he explained any of that? Because
I haven't seen the clip.
Somebody should pull that clip up.
Yeah, if you could pull that one up too, we'd like to take a look. Apparently in the 4-hour VOD, he mentions that he's being investigated by the feds. At the same time, Magnetar kind of wants to do a final thing. Do you want to talk to him briefly, or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me add you guys both to the call. Yeah. There we go. Imagine if I added Smaggle by accident.
Why am I here?
Wait, oh my god, this is Matt Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's not Mutahar.
What?
Do you want to stay? I don't care, you can stay.
Why are all these commentary YouTubers tech retarded? What's going on, bro? What is going on?
Hello?
Hey, Magnetar. I don't know why I brought Matt Pitt in by accident.
You want me to? I'll leave if this is getting
it's okay.
personal.
No, Matt's great.
All right.
Hey, so I wanted to start off and first off say, Muta, I'm sorry if whatever I said in the chat came off as like me trying to make it sound more like you made like a hard stance about me being a pedo.
Yeah, no, I want to apologize for even insinuating that.
No, and like listening back to it, I think, you know, Leon and the other VTuber guy kind of did more, you know, they said more than you did certainly. But like, just to kind of like, I guess tell you where I'm coming from and what you kind of saying that apology means to me is that like, even that little clip of that, like...
Oh, actually, guys, now is a great time to remind you. Please like, subscribe, donate, buy a membership, gift a membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you.
You're not even necessarily saying I was a pedo. Like, that was something that was used over and over as well. Is Max's stuff against me. And like the stuff with the girls and stuff. And like, that period of time when all of that was happening at the end of that 2022, like, and I texted you a little bit about this, I think. Like, there were like death threats. My coworkers were getting emails and like pictures and like crazy shit. Like, I had to tell my family about this stuff and like my employers. And it was just like... crazy shit, man. Over non-verifiable stuff. So, just thank you for those. You know what you said. Sorry if I made it come across like more serious than maybe you think it was, but it really means a lot.
Yeah, no. Again, just apologies. It's not something to. That is something that I honestly like. I should never.
Chud will not stop me from playing Fortnite in this call.
Like, possible history, unless there's like a 100%.
Jesus.
It's just when watching that video, the 6 out of 5 segment,
little
like,
freak
lists off the screenshot or something. That was one. I don't know. The turnaround that he did was insane to witness. But
he's a great fucking storyteller and artist. I'll give him that, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, given the most recent situation, it's like the reason I wanted to talk to you about everything again is like your video now has to be viewed again in a different.
Your shill game has been weak tonight, Kuyo. You sick? I flick back and forth between how often I want to do the shills. You know, I'm just never sure.
Light because there's been a lot of people questioning his
recent
videos, and like I brought up the Shinrokyo example, the Japanese cult is one where things are being faked, and maybe that was because of like, hey, you needed a dramatic like scene for a video, but obviously when you're covering like pedophile material or like investigations, you should probably never fake anything, you know. You should never even traumatize.
Knowing what he's done now with the little information that appears to be there, that really opens the door for other things he said in the past, including you, including Haley, including all the other girls, to not be as positively. We're not giving any.
DPN consumption is not an easy topic to even discuss. Those who sacrifice mental health to prove content, action, or enforcement. See, I have no issue discussing any topics like that. The only topic where I get uncomfortable about discussing it is the trans surgery shit. If you start describing to me like your fucking cock being pulled off and shit being pulled through your body, holy fuck, I'm gonna start cringing. I'm gonna start spazzing. I can't listen to that. I can feel it viscerally. Like, please stop. Holy fuck. That's like the only shit where I actually get like, fuck, can we just not talk about this, please? Can we just stop this?
Benefit of the doubt on that, you know what I mean? Because he hasn't really given us anything to work with recently that says he's actually thoroughly looking through any of his stories. There's a lot of people who are saying Gerard the Completionist is a real good guy, and that's reason to believe that he wouldn't fuck up decades worth of charity. Well, unfortunately, he did, and now we have to go back and look at anything else that might have been wrong.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, and I can't speak for the girls, but I'm more than happy to talk to you guys again. And to be honest, like we had all kind of like moved past this over the last few years, but I don't know if you know this, Muda, and maybe you don't have to review it necessarily, but it was during Lyrics' part, I think, and a little bit before that on Max's stream the other night. But he talked about me again and like said like 12 times in that stream that Anthony's a pedophile. It's proven by his behavior.
That was something that happened the other night. He was laughing about it on stream, being like, "Well,"
constantly he's saying Anthony Field, Magnetar.
And people were asking for evidence. He's like, "Well, would you like to see his penis?" Like it was really awkward.
And that's like the only reason I've been like into like shit again this last weekend.
And that's the part that frustrates everybody. Even Chud Logic said it himself. If you could show us evidence that this person sent a dick pic to a minor, some really very specific example that he's claiming that sounds like it could have a paper trail, all of us would disavow. Absolutely, everyone would immediately disavow. But the fact that he's like indicating that he doesn't have anything to work with off of this, and it just happens to be another family friend or something, like a friend of his sister, because everybody in this scenario from every single drama that he's been in that's gone bad for the last 2 years just happens to tangentially have gone to his fucking high school, from fucking Spencer to fucking all the girls, obviously, to Anthony, to the person Anthony supposedly sent his dick to. All these people just went to school together. It really calls into question everything else he's saying, yeah.
Now it's just a matter of like what comes next now with Max. Like what comes next for this new, because the story really should be, instead of this getting turned around and like everybody in the commentary space is now trying to refocus this onto like a question of Max's ethics. It's like, how do we touch the situation again, and how do we do what Max was supposed to do and help these victims? You know,
sure.
Because I think, like, here's the thing: poking holes into Max is like one thing for sure, and it should absolutely be investigated 100%. But it's like it should be done 100% with the guys that like, not the guys, sorry, it should be done 100% with the belief that we're not just, nobody's poking holes in Max for the sake of poking holes. It's poking holes for the sake of reaching out to these people that are working with him. That like, if you actually want real justice, it is really time to reach out and work with actual law enforcement agents versus putting your stock into a YouTube channel that right now is kind of letting you fucking run the show, when they even believe that, you know, this guy would probably write the story and present it in a way that would help them get justice. Because right now these girls aren't going to get any justice at all. That's what I personally believe at this point.
I think that every day they spend with him, they're a day closer to being in a civil suit with them being on the opposite side of it than they are in a situation where that guy's going to go to jail.
And whatever lawyer Max claims he has, they need a fucking...
Yeah, what victims? We don't even have
if he's ever even spoken
victims.
to a lawyer, I don't know why I should believe that.
And the thing is, look, this is going to be the one thing that is going to sound so controversial to his camp. There's a chance that fucking Camden Gerard Davis could even be an innocent individual.
Yeah, no, and I think
that's a reality that everyone has to deal with, and it's not a reality that people should put their nose up to. It's like, in a situation like this, investigate and believe everything, because like Max did with Anthony here, he could very well be doing even the same thing. Because that's a question that people are going to have to ask. I'm sorry, I'm thinking this right now, because what he did with Anthony, you know, like he framed something, and you know, fucking people believe anything. People will believe it just out of like his character. People may just believe that this Cameron Gerard Davis guy is a fucking scumbag, but we have no idea about this guy's story. We have no idea who this guy is, where he is. We don't even know what this fucking cult is supposed to do or how it operates or what it's doing. Like, that's my concern. We have no actual idea about anything.
Well, he seems to think that just because he is close personal friends with somebody, right? Like he has a close personal relationship, he grew up with them, that we should all afford them that level of charitability. In a personal man-to-man basis, Muda, if we grew up together and you told me that you were assaulted in some way, shape, or form, yeah, I'm gonna believe you 100%. But as a content creator, that's not an actionable statement for me. And he seems to believe that every YouTuber should know his close personal friends and just make assumptions off of that. Those assumptions have damaged Magnetar, those assumptions have damaged this guy, and I guess time will tell on if it was for a good cause or not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you know, the thing is, it works the other way too. It's like, if this guy is legitimately guilty, it's like, well, you're already ruining the fucking case too, because now you're turning it into, like you said, a civil suit, a defamatory situation. I mean, who the fuck is going to sit there? Because if this guy's actually guilty, and these women have been through some of the most,
and he takes money off of them, the guy who has no assets is using Max's streams and stuff that was said about him to fund a fucking civil suit.
It's just all such obvious shit. We get it, guys. We get it, guys.
Could you fucking imagine how much of a loss that would be to feed this guy enough to take him to court to take the money and give these girls back?
And
imagine
listen, I'm gonna hop off
this.
This isn't my stream, and I said my piece.
You're welcome to stay for as long as you want.
No,
I'm glad at least he apologized to Magnetar. But holy fuck, he needs to go back and realize how fucking wrong he was about all those abuse allegations, and seriously think about the terrible set of decisions that have led him throughout the years to continually propping this guy up, and how he fucked up so bad.
Hand this back to you guys. But the last thing I will say about the Camden Gerard Davis thing, though, that I think is important to consider is that, you know, they're telling the story of this, like, this massive cult, this, like, really dangerous guy who's got dozens or hundreds of victims, whatever they're claiming. My fear is that if this really is, like, a cult leader like we know other cult leaders can be, doing all these live streams and having all of this sort of, you know, this whole circus before actually getting, like, concrete evidence out to authorities and lawyers or what have you, could lead this guy to act fucking crazy. He could fucking hurt.
He could kill one of the girls in his house if he's still doing this. Yeah.
If he's got people with him now, he could hurt them. He could hurt his family. He could flee the country, and that's just another person that Max failed to get. And that's what's really scary about this.
We've seen shit like this before. Don't too early to publish something.
Thank you for 5 gifted. Simple, man. Thank you very much. Oh, you've got a Persona 4 profile picture as well. That's fitting for the donor alert there. Oh no, you don't. No, that's a custom one. Sorry, I thought it was the cards. I saw it on a small icon. Oh. Thank you anyway, thank you. Let's play. Thank you.
All the people involved destroy their hard drives, and it's happened in the YouTube space before.
But see, here's the thing: what if this has been going on for how long now? Who's to say that if he had something offending, that it wasn't already fucking
gone?
Is there any proof or said that he's still like operating? Is there any word on that?
That's a huge fucking point right now, because he can't show us any evidence because he needs to wait for the court. So he needs to tell everybody so that guy can cover his tracks. That's another thing I haven't seen anybody say. It's fucking insane. None of this makes any sense. This guy he's selling us fucking snake oil, and he's been selling us snake oil the entire time. I don't think it doesn't make any sense to me.
If the lawyer tells you that like any evidence you share could be fucking dismissed by a court of law, cool. But like, what about alerting this man and having him already destroyed? What if there was actual evidence that could have been used in a serious court case that's now unable to be used? Because you don't understand. It's like you can DDoS the drive and it's gone. Like that.
YouTubers are so fucked about how they decide to utilize the copyrights. The thing is that I imagine they probably would because they're kind of fuckheads like that. But it's so hard to like content ID like game music. I figure because like how do you know if someone's just playing the game or if someone's using it for another purpose? But yeah, I'm completely fucked if they do because I used to use Amano Sagiri for my profile picture. So that's in a bunch of Chud's thumbnails and my old thumbnails. It's just a picture of Amano Sagiri. That's what the eye is originally. That's why I've got the eye profile pictures because that's what it was originally.
Never gonna be fucking recovered. Right?
Yep.
You know, it's all gone forever, guys.
Today,
like, that's the problem.
When we were done, I ended off Chud's stream, and I actually completely disavowed what I said at the end of the stream after watching all this back and after talking to everybody and kind of coming to these conclusions. I said at the end, it all comes down to what's next, and he needs to come out and make that video. I fucking completely disagree. He needs to differentiate. He needs to get out of this. He needs to get away from this case. He needs to get away from those women. He needs to help set this girl up with a friend or something and get her out of his house. He needs to be completely done. Anybody who turns around and says, we didn't even bother talking to the cops after what happened last time is not someone who should be balancing 8 girls' stories right now, trying to figure out how to handle it. Okay? I don't care about anything in the past, all the stuff in his fucking former relationships, all the stuff he could have done 10 years ago. Right now, he is 8 girls' lifelines. We're trying to potentially block up.
This is what I hate is Nick is still approaching this with the pretense that there is like any chance that anything good is happening right now. Like, no, I don't think literally anything is happening. I think it is literally all just a hoax. That seems to be what it's like. What's going on? And until we've provided literally a shred of evidence to suggest there is any reason to be concerned whatsoever, I don't understand why you would approach it as if there is, when everything else this guy's been a total scam. Everything else this guy's done has been a total scam. Why would you even approach it with that thought in mind at this point? There's no reason to.
Of 8 girls, though, because
they all went to him. Apparently, they're all telling him what to do. Yeah, I think so. They're all asking him for advice on how to proceed. He's helping Spencer start a podcast. They're all putting their information through his videos that tell everybody nothing. They don't tell anybody anything. 3 videos, nothing.
Here's a fact. I don't know if anybody on here. I said I was gonna hop off. I'm so sorry.
No, keep going.
Here's a fact that I don't know if you all are aware of, but you know, he said this in his streams that he moved Spencer in. He's helping like pay her bills and get her with the doctor and all that, which is all that's great. Okay, great to help someone out. You can question the ethics of that or what have you, or conflict of interest. Yeah. No, my issue is, and this is something his own subreddit is pointing out in his former fan Discord, is where I got this information, is that while Spencer is benefiting from this, and obviously Max is in the way of his Patreon support or what have you. Some of the other victims, like Kai, for example, who's a mother, is on Facebook and different social media saying like she can't afford diapers for her kids.
I saw that. So
like,
wasn't Spencer supposed to distribute the money that she had amongst these girls?
That's one thing that people wanted an answer from Max and Spencer for and never got.
So are you thinking there's like a little open pocket foundation going on here?
I mean, if Spencer's not distributing the fucking money, then like that just means like
where's that?
Well, how much money could they possibly have made? That's the other thing. So a month's worth of Patreon, I guess that's a lot of money. I assume. I think doesn't he pull in like 10 Gs? So that's a lot of money. But he said he was giving the revenue from the first video to the victims, and the first video didn't make any money. Like it literally got like no views. So I don't know.
I know he's got a couple hundred in donations from those live streams, but I don't. Obviously, he hasn't. What people were asking for was like, can you like create a spreadsheet showing like a breakdown of the cost, like how much is going to attorneys, how much is going to each survivor.
Well, if there's one fucking thing I learned, you can't just blindly accept that the money is going where you're saying it's going every single time a nice YouTuber smiles in your direction. It turns out some people are actually either fucking retarded or malicious, and I don't know which. So I actually, I do need a breakdown of those donations and that Patreon money and how it was distributed amongst each one of those girls. I need all that.
It also really puts the fucking belief on Spencer into like question. This is what like anybody would ask in a court too. It's like so far financially, she has the most to gain out of all of the victims, right? Like she's the one with the platform that's building. She's the one with the closest access to the pool of survivors, and also the person running the case too. Like I mean, they literally live together at this moment. So
yeah,
again, if this was to go to a court, right, like the civil action that they want, it's like, dude, any lawyer is going to bring that shit up. And this is the thing, I don't really believe that they probably even have a lawyer, just because like my experience with YouTubers who claim that they have lawyers, they often do shit that any fucking lawyer would tell them not to. Like
believe me, I've had a lot of that in recent memory. Yeah. Anybody saying you're talking to lawyers or planning on lawsuits is 99% of the time bullshitting.
I'm going to take this opportunity to duck out, guys. Thank you for letting me on. And
hey, I'm glad you guys were able to find some sort of ending to this And I'm glad I was able to facilitate that in some way, shape, or form, because I know this stuff was bothering you based off our call today.
And I'm glad I was here for it.
Matt, I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you're here, buddy.
I don't know either. I'm just
thanks for rating me. Thank you to Now Recording for rating my stream earlier today.
No problem, man.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Matt, have you covered any of this with like?
He did today.
Stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah, I covered it on my podcast Now Recording, and Tommy covered it yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday as well.
I don't know, man. What's gonna happen with like this is? I don't know how this whole ends. Like he said the last stream, it's like you guys are done. You're probably not gonna see us again, dude. With the Fed investigation right now. I mean, yeah, I don't, but it's just the whole idea of like that Mega Drive and the FBI investigation have me quite on the edge.
Smaggle. I know I've insulted you quite a bit tonight.
Yeah.
But can you get me that link to the FBI?
My friend's being investigated for possession of possibly for possession of CP. It's really got me on edge.
Colton has the ground.
Yeah, you reckon? Maybe if you'd done the slightest bit of work, or applied the slightest bit of critical thought at any point in the last like 5 years, I have long it's been you've known MamaMax, maybe you wouldn't be so fucking on edge now, huh, Muta? Consequences of my own actions? Something to that effect? I don't know, bro.
I got it, chat. Let me just screen share this. I don't know if I need to show stream the clip. It's just it's from the podcast, so it's just Spencer's face. Oh, you can see it. Cool. Got it. All right.
Yeah, Muta's in full damage control mode, 100%.
And meanwhile,
sickening
you're
to
getting
watch,
investigated
frankly.
because you tried to expose a predator. Like, how does that make sense? And you know, after you told me that you were being investigated, that just blows my mind.
I literally got a card.
On my front fence from the FBI.
Dude, I don't believe that. Then. What the fuck? That's some overdrawn. What FBI agent just leaves you your fucking card? If you're being investigated, they're just gonna fucking follow you until.
Why would they tell you they're investigating? Why would the feds? Do they have to disclose that you're being investigated? Is that a thing?
Yeah, they're gonna have to send you some receipt, and then they're gonna have a first interview with you for sure.
Is it possible that the FBI officer just wanted to get in touch with him about one of his?
Well, yeah, it's just leaving. Wait, leaving the card is one thing. I don't know if you know this, but a friend of ours has been investigated by the FBI before. Turkey Tom.
Really?
He was investigated by the FBI because I think he made a joke about school shooting and they went to his house or something. It was something like that, something retarded when he was a little kid. But like the FBI came to his house or whatever, and yeah, he had an interview with an FBI agent. Why would Max be being interviewed? But he's not being interviewed. He just had the guy leave there. Here's my card. Call me.
Why isn't a federal agent just leaving their card? That's not even adequate identification.
Yo, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for 5 gifted, Quella. Thank you, thank you. Getting schnasty with the gift is like, I need to stop saying that. It sounds so dumb. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Federal agent. They would just show up, present their fucking badge, tell them that, you know, they're from the FBI and they're here investigating so-and-so. They wouldn't just leave a card. That's such a nonsensical fucking statement to hear.
Let's get to the rest of this. 10 more seconds.
No.
My front fence from the FBI. They didn't even bother contacting you.
No.
Interesting.
That blows my mind. Wow.
They were willing to come to my house and leave a card on my front fence.
And
I don't want to sound like one of those like retarded like fucking body like like language experts, but even she wasn't believing that at the end of it. She was like, "What?
Do you think?
Hold on a minute. Wait, what?
Wait, do you think it's possible that like someone's just fucking with him and they put something on his lawn?
I mean, probably. Like that seems more plausible.
Like yeah, like he genuinely thinks like the FBI was like, "Hey guys, listen, we're gonna be over at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during the Tommy C stream. We're gonna review your."
Yeah, I think he might just be getting fucking trolled though.
Yeah.
If that's
even never showed up, but they're investigating me.
That's so fucking stupid.
Unless like he's obfuscating some facts or something, and we have no fucking idea. But like,
I mean, he's the master of his own situation. You can't know anything about Max because he doesn't tell anybody anything.
Yeah,
that's what I've learned so far. I've learned nothing. I don't know anything. I've done. Now we can.
Only Muta
4.5 hours the first stream. We've done about 5 hours on the stream.
Propping him up.
I don't know a single fucking thing about Camden Gerard Davis besides his name. And then he's black. And I know that he's black and he's a vampire. That's all.
No, he's a werewolf. He's a werewolf who talks to God.
So people like who confirmed that he had a fucking driver's like what was it like a speeding ticket or some shit or like a,
so somebody researched into Camden Gerard Davis and said that who was it? Does anyone know, Matt? Do you know who it was? It was like one of us, right?
The first tweet I saw was Eva.
Eva, Edwin's former. She hates being called that. But someone. She's not Edwin's former mod. She's Xylie's current co-host on the broadcast. Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool. Eva fucking apparently researched Camden Gerard and found that he was recently given a speeding ticket of some kind or something like that. It was a road-related incident, and it was proof of life, is what I was told.
Yeah.
Discord link. We'll do a show quickly. Even though we did one fairly recently. Guys, please remember to like, subscribe, donate, buy a membership, gift a membership, buy a super chat if you can. Also, guys, you can join the Discord right there. There's a link. It's on screen as well. Thank you.
Man, we need to have Camden Gerard Davis on the fucking stream. We need to have the other side.
Well, you know who wants to talk to Camden Gerard Davis is Max. Max wants to interview Camden Gerard Davis, but Tommy's a pedophile because he's spoken to Vito on stream.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking crazy.
You know what? At this point, I'm down to pay for a fucking PI in Georgia to like find who the fuck, like Camden Gerard Davis, like find this guy, and then I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, I just want to have a talk. I just want to talk to you about your side.
Well,
like,
what do you think the ramifications should be if this stuff doesn't check out for Max?
For Max?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, he should be fucking. If Max is 100% a liar about this guy, dude, I'm fucking pay for that dude's defamation case, bro. There is no fucking retribution here. I'd be so fucking mad at this point, dude. I'll just be like, listen, Camden, I'll write you a blank fucking check. You find Johnny Cochran of defamation lawsuits, and you fucking go after him, dude. Because this is not fucking cool at all. Because, like, here's the thing. There could be a good chance that that's the case, man. We have no idea about this guy's side. Dude, just think about how insane some of the evidence is, right? Like, so,
Kicks
just
pregnant
logistically,
women.
How many victims has this guy apparently had?
Hundreds.
Hundreds, right?
Hundreds.
So, these girls, so for instance,
Boys and girls.
Some of these girls went from Texas, the state of Texas, to the state of Georgia, right?
Yep.
So, where the fuck is the Greyhound ticket for it? Where the fuck is the receipt for travel? Like, motherfucker, we didn't just teleport there, did we?
Yeah, that's another.
Like, this guy doesn't have the money. This guy doesn't have the money. Where's the receipt for travel? Where's the receipt for anything? Like, there's got to be a lot of evidence that shows that people have went from the state of Texas to the state of fucking, like, Georgia, wherever in the United States. So there's a lot of things that, this is why, like, law enforcement agencies don't usually take this seriously, because for these people, like, they tell them, it's like, I've got this so-and-so rape kit done, but, like, they're probably going to ask you, it's like, well, where the fuck are hospital records for potential miscarriages? Where the fuck are, like, you know, where's travel documentation for buses or airfare or whatever you would have taken, right? Maybe you had a car. Like, there's got to be a gas receipt or something. Like, there's.
And that's the type
like,
of thing. Like, I don't expect them to provide medical records to YouTube showing that there were miscarriages on XYZ date. You know what that would be? Oh, can you sign an NDA to go look through some of the more sensitive information that isn't for YouTube? But we never got the baseline information. Basically, what we're getting is the YouTube information for an NDA. I'm assuming that's the case. Muta, tell me if I'm wrong. Is we're getting what you'd normally expect to be in a YouTube video, but the majority of the sensitive information doesn't seem to really exist.
I don't think I've seen anything that's overly sensitive, no.
So it's like, no one can help him because he doesn't let anyone help him. So I don't know what to do. Like, how do we...
I think the only evidence.
Why are they still keep saying no one can help him because he doesn't let anyone help him? Because helping him would be lying. Nick is still implying that this guy has any good intentions whatsoever. He clearly does not. How have you not? How is this still in the discussion? How are you still even thinking about how is the discussion even still framed around the idea that this guy's doing anything good or wants to do anything good? He doesn't. He very clearly doesn't. Hours into this discussion. 15 hours into covering this shit. Hours of talking to me, Chud and Lyrics, or an hour of talking to Chud and Lyrics. And he still has not figured out that this is a retarded way to even frame the discussion in the first place. He won't let anyone help him because he doesn't want help. He wants people to lie for him. He wants people to boost him, give him clout.
Isn't there a picture of Spencer and Camden on a couch or something sitting next to each other when Spencer's like a little younger? That's the only thing I've really seen.
That's literally
But now I wonder, it's like, how can you prove that image was taken in the state of Georgia or the state of Texas? Did Camden show up? Like,
is it his house? Like, where is his house?
Right? Like,
shouldn't they have an address on him? Did he move? Like, I mean, she lived there, right? Did she know the address?
I mean, if she went to the place, then she should have a rough idea of the address. Or do they know the city he lives in? Do they ever give away the city?
Well, I mean, they have to. She lived.
Sorry,
there.
it's been months. Someone waking up in
house.
Camden is more than just a dude who wore fake teeth and growled for a camera. Exactly right.
She was a minor, but.
People are saying, yeah, there's evidence that they dated when she was 16 or 17 and he was 18 or 19. That's another whole bag of worms that no one's ready to discuss either.
Man,
that's another massive bag of worms that no one wants to open up. But
they did give the city in that live stream. In which live stream?
In which live stream? Why is it not in the video? Why did I watch 3 videos, do a 4-hour live stream, sit here and do another 5-hour live stream, and I have to ask chat this information? The average normal human being who is covering this case would never have this information. If I showed this to my mom, she would have clicked off before the 3rd hour. She would have clicked off before the 30th minute. None of this would have helped us at all whatsoever.
I like, when it comes to an investigation, and this is why, like, my videos end up being like that long, is because I kind of show the whole, like, ironclad proof. Like, if we're going to show about if we're going to prove human trafficking, right, like child trafficking. By the way that Max shows, or like a lot of these documentarians will show it, is it's very like Hollywood-esque, you know, like it's very evil and dark and everything. All you really have to prove a case about human trafficking or child trafficking
is if they had sex after crossing state lines, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally
so the child crossed state lines, so you show the fucking bus airfare, like, oh, they took.
That's the thing. That's all they need. Yeah. Because she claims to have crossed state lines to start a relationship.
That's it. Like, if you showed me that you went from the state of Texas to the state of Georgia.
But is it possible the reason it wasn't taken seriously years ago is because the age gap was like 2 fucking years? And they like, yeah, you crossed state lines, and then they didn't want to prosecute it because it was such it was like a close in age exception.
I mean, like, I feel like a cop might be able to better describe that. Somebody operating with because I assume cops probably deal with that more often than we think.
It's potentially 4 years, right? If the age gap is at its widest, just to be charitable, because people get on my ass about that.
Well, like, I assume maybe the cops were like, "Hey, do you have any like information where this girl's from?" Like, you know, even like, okay, even if you have like an ID or something, and I don't know, the story needs to be explained better. Like, what needs to be explained is like how she got in touch with these people, like how, or not these people, but like Camden, like how she even got into this cult. Like, do you know the name of the cult at all?
No, it's the Vampire Werewolf Blackula cult.
There you go. That's me and you are on the same fucking page here. We've looked into this more than everyone else, and we still don't even know what the fuck the cult name is. So we have no idea what the fuck is going on there. We don't know what
the
fuck
barrier to entry to understanding the story is absurd. Is not normal.
No, the whole thing is like the only thing close to my information about the cult is some like offhand Facebook Messenger, not Facebook Messenger, but like the Facebook like the page, like a fucking business page or something for like a werewolf group, and that's it. That's just me like loosely. I couldn't even tell you the name of what I read there because it's just so unimportant. It's just so haphazardly presented in the story.
Yeah.
But there is nothing that indicatively hits in this situation, and that's really where the fuck we're at right now. Max, if you're watching this, and I have to imagine you are, you've made a very, very, very poor documentary of this whole situation. And if anything, these girls, when their case isn't,
I've got no idea what the name of the cult is. No idea about anything to do with this cult. No one does, I think. Does Charmhole still exist? Yeah, he still streams to one viewer video games on Twitch sometimes.
Isn't even shocking information to be saying. You know?
Yeah.
Somebody said it's the Archaic Moon Pack.
Simba Life.
It's not a cult, it's a pack of wolves or something.
The Archaic Moon Path.
Vex, giving all this info, basically having no info. Is he regretting being involved? I don't think Mood is involved.
That's freaking awesome.
I think Mood's
dude.
involvement is that he reached out.
I can't not be in that cult.
Yeah, I don't think Mood is involved in the situation. I don't think he's gone out of his way to say that Camden Gerard Davis is a fucking pedo or anything. I think.
No, like I said,
he's made the mistake of stepping in and reaching out to a friend, and the friend trying to use that publicly to use that as credibility that Mood never gave him.
Yeah, my thing is like when he says my name, it's like I reviewed the evidence. It's like I never said the evidence was good evidence. I mean, I didn't even say much in that server, and I actually left that server entirely today because of the mega upload, like the mega box. Because I'm like, I don't want a situation where I'm potentially in the same Discord chat actively, as you know, because who knows what happens, what information gets posted, right? Because the whole investigation is done in such a poor way. I'm already checked out, and I have no interest in putting my time or energy into this more than I've already had. Like, this is not something that I feel any comfortable in doing so. And the more and more Max screws up day by day, the more and more I'm inclined to believe that maybe this is a situation where Camden Gerard Davis might be more of an innocent party than I expected.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I know what you mean.
But we'll have to see, man. We really do have to see.
And luckily, unlike Max, we're not just turning around and being like, you got to believe everything I say.
Wow, this guy for whose guilt I have seen almost no evidence might actually be more innocent than I expected. Yeah, no shit, Mutahar. Right, it's like so crazy. Like, just the stepping away, the acting like you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't even really know Max. You weren't friends. You didn't know shit about him. You never checked anything. It's so rancid, man, honestly. Totally spineless. He'll just get away with it too because he played nice and went, I'm sorry for calling you a pedophile, Magnetar. Sorry for calling you a pedophile. Sorry I fucked your life up, bro. Alright, dude.
And saying like, oh yeah, he's probably fucking, because no, we don't know anything. We just want to know more. No one will give us any information. It's really annoying.
I just want a cool documentary with like all those cool filmmaking stuff. You know, that's all I want. I want to be.
I don't want that anymore. I thought I wanted that today. I don't want it. I don't want a video from him. I don't want anything from him. I want him to hand this off to a fucking journalist. As much as I hate journalists, I don't want him involved anymore. I think he's fucked this.
Oh, so Nick agrees with me now.
I was thinking there's got to be like a story about a vampire, like some dude pretending to be a vampire.
Oh, I assume it's Kuihman's position that he wants this guy destroyed, or wants this guy to just stop, whatever. But I want him to just make a good video, and now he's changed tune. We won. We won bigly. We won bigly.
Who was grooming minors. That's had to happen before. I'm sure there's like a journalist out there that's covered that sort of story that would be interested in something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is, like, this is a wild story, if true, all right? And what I don't understand is, like, why we needed to have every other creator make a PSA when just the whole...
Yeah, exactly. You're really telling me that Blackula has convinced like hundreds of people that he's a werewolf? How does anyone believe this? How does anyone even take this seriously? This is a retarded claim.
The title of vampire cultist, like, human trafficker is already enough to hit every clickbait fucking formula on YouTube. It would work. It would slap. People would watch it. It's not like people haven't watched Max's stuff on YouTube before and covered it.
Yeah.
You know, but like, why? And this is the thing: if you actually have the sufficient evidence in the storyline, and I told this to him a month before yesterday, I was like, dude, you have the evidence. You say if you have enough evidence to say this man is a fucking pedophile, you have enough evidence to make a video. Otherwise, the evidence doesn't fucking exist. If you're just blatantly still saying this guy is a pedo without presenting any of the facts.
Yep.
And maybe he does have a fucking video down the pipeline. Maybe it'll come out. It should have come out a month ago, and it should have fucking banged. It should have exposed this person for the scumbag that he's claiming they are. Until then, he can, in all good seriousness, expect any YouTube friend to just stick their neck out legally and ethically and call somebody a fucking pedo. If this guy isn't a pedo, like, you know, the worst part about the situation is, like, imagine if this guy is, like, really mentally unhinged and he sees all of this fucking backlash constantly hitting him, right? What if he takes his own fucking life or does something stupid or takes somebody else's life or does something wild? Like, dude, is there no ethical, like, fucking, like, thought about this? Like, is there no, like, you gotta be careful with shit like this, man.
Well, here's another thing. What if Camden's mother takes her life? What if Camden's brother takes her life? I'm sure they're getting bombed right now.
Yeah, like
he doesn't like throw these names in there because it's like a shot in the dark. He throws these names in there because he knows his audience is militant enough to do something about it.
He's done it before.
Yeah, he's done it before. He'll continue to do it. The stuff that was written in Tommy's comment section a year ago now, was fucking disgusting. It was awful.
Yeah.
Now imagine telling everyone that you're like the mother of a pedophile, what that audience would do. I normally don't say you're responsible for your audience unless you weaponize them. In this case, I think he does, and he justifies it by saying there's a pedophile in his family, and he won't provide any evidence to justify that claim. But he's like, yeah, well, I gotta give it to his mother because his mother is a fucking mother of a pedophile. Okay.
I mean, look at what Magnetar said about him after that shit happened. Like, he had people posting his house and going after him and all kinds of crazy shit for like 2 months.
Well, what Max is doing here is what was criticized of many commentary channels. I'm sure, Muta, you've heard this about you. Oh, I was doxxed after Muta made a video talking about something I was tangentially tied to. It's not fucking. That wouldn't be on me. That wouldn't be on you. That wouldn't be on Matt. But when you're like operating your fucking audience as a militant group, sicking them on people's mothers, it's a bit of a different story. You know what I mean? Yeah. The mother didn't fucking molest a child. The mother's not even being accused of that. Not even Max is telling us to believe that. So I don't understand it at all.
Yeah. There's literally a clip on one of his videos about this guy Pablo Sonny, and I guess Pablo Sonny had run off to be with his father, and he shows Pablo Sonny's father's full name in his face, and basically implicates Pablo Sonny's father as being as worse or on the same level as Pablo Sonny just because he's his father. It's fucking insane.
You created this pedophile. Let die the pedophile you love, or live to be considered worse than one on my video.
He's out there like basically like putting this guy, and this is where Lyric's got a good thing. He's like puts this guy's first and last name, and he'll say that this is not PII. Why does he block out names from his actual investigations?
Because he knows it's wrong and he doesn't care.
Exactly,
he doesn't
100%.
Exactly. But he only cares now because it affected one of his specific victims. So now we have to literally like go on. He has to give a complete hypocrisy fucking take to get this thing taken down because he realizes the stream that everyone told him was a bad idea ended up fucking them in multiple ways. And he, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to bring on people to debate when he had a person whose Discord name was PII. You know?
Yeah. No, he just like
wait.
Just like I cannot believe.
Wait, sorry. Is that why Lyrics had to remove his video, or why MamaMax made him remove the video? Because one of the victims had their Discord name as their real name. Bro. Max blamed Lyrics for that. That's just so insane. Dude, honestly, fuck this guy. Fuck everyone that stood by him. Fucking Mutahar needs to make like the samurai.
Believe he's being this genuinely like stupid with this platform. It's just I don't understand. And
that's another thing. I'm sorry. So he put on text saying find him. Like, as if, and if YouTube took that video down, God, we would be sitting through another year of, and I'm sure people would fucking help him because they think YouTube is the worst fucking thing on the planet, and they could justify any act against them because they've taken videos down, including videos of my own this week. But like, if that video went down because he said find them and dox the guy's mother, God forbid, if the fucking video went down over that fucking thing, it would be like a YouTube thing, YouTube protecting pedophiles, and we would all have to sit here and pretend he didn't fucking read his mother's name and write find him directly in the video.
Yeah.
And everyone will be justifying why that's morally correct or whatever. That's what they've been doing for years. So.
Smaggle wanted me to say I was talking about Pablo Sonny. That Nick, that's the guy when Max went on your podcast on Half Baked. That's the guy that they said they caught, but they didn't. He didn't. I don't think he's in prison. He never went to prison or anything.
So
he
just straight up lied on the podcast. I don't have the clip in front of me, so I didn't really discuss it further.
Yeah, I don't know shit about that Pablo Sonny thing.
I think so. I think he like either lied or tried to twist something.
Maybe he got
that
arrested
nature.
and he took that as like the same thing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, I think he might have got stopped in Canada or something by the cops for a little bit and then dipped out.
And he's just now back on the prowl, like every fucking pedo hunter's targets. Pedophile hunter should be synonymous with the term like pedophile police evader. I think that, like, again, I spent a lengthy segment bashing Alex Rosen for mishandling the EDP 445 situation. I do think the majority of these people are creating more problems than solutions, and I have for a while. That's why I don't understand why he reaches out to me to ask.
Yeah.
He said he escaped to Mexico and now has no idea where they are. Oh well, good. A whole new place to go. You know, all new people to meet in Mexico, starting over.
All right, boys, I gotta head out.
All right, Muta, thank you so much for coming on tonight to discuss this with me. I appreciate
it. Thank you, Muta. Thank you for coming on to do
super fun. You wrapped up in some of this stuff recently, but I'm sure the clarifications have helped.
I'm just here, and I'm glad that I get some place to say where I don't co-sign on anything Max has done with this investigation so far, and I'm a little offended actually that he's been using
I'm not
me
in
as
the
some sort of
MamaMax Discord server.
legitimacy fucking rod or something to back his evidence. That's not cool at all. And if I don't make a video on something, there's probably a pretty good reason why. Okay, that's all I'm gonna put out. But ladies and
Guys,
gentlemen,
now is a great time to remind you. Please like, subscribe, donate, buy membership, give membership, buy a super chat if you can. As we are ending this segment here, I think just in a moment, and then we'll be moving into probably watching. I think does Nick watch? Yeah, it looks like he watches more of the chat conversation. So we'll just try and we'll watch some.
thank you.
Not only that, but I'm bashing her too.
Colton is like
finish the stream.
earlier said I'm losing with Max. I don't know if you're willing to add him on Discord, but I'm not gonna.
I thought you were ignoring him. He's been in the chat.
I know he's so fucking annoying. I'm gonna stop my whole stream to get you.
Oh, he like disappeared for like
I can
a
just
month?
DM you. I can just DM Muta after the stream. I don't have to ask him verbally on the call because I'm fucking chat tard. Ask me for it.
What does Colton want to know?
Colton, what do you want? Please, let's stop the whole stream. What do you want, Colton? What's so fucking important?
Says he has info.
He has info.
Info about
I can
what?
forward it to him, I guess.
I don't get it. He disappeared for like a month and now he's like back again. I don't understand it.
Like, what is the info of?
Oh, he
I want to go over what he saw after signing the NDA.
Oh, he wants
This
to
is
talk about the
this
NDA
NDA isn't
shit.
even really enforceable.
Yeah, it's a fucking
though. Like,
Discord
what's
message.
going
I signed my NDA on a DualSense controller thing. Are you kidding me? I signed mine on a fucking on like the tips for your recent DualSense controller purchase, and I sent it back to him. Oh, I don't know. All right, Muta said he's going. I'm not fucking bringing Colton in to talk to him. I don't care. I do not care.
I guess take care.
Have a good one, buddy.
All right, later.
He had his chance.
My big question, like maybe I'm fucking retarded here. I don't know. You can just tell me. Why would Colton ask me publicly to ask Mutahar if they can discuss the terms of something he's bound to NDA on? It's just a stupid question. Why would he ask me that? By the way, this is the person who's like demolishing Max on stream. That just like I just want to draw into attention that Colton is giving me a headache right now, and Max had met his match with this kid. How else do I reach out to him? Ask me when I'm offline, and I can get you in touch with him. Why are you asking me publicly through my stream chat and fucking having people spam me about it? Can we? You literally, he wrote in the chat. By the way, you guys kept asking me to talk about Colton, and he wrote in the chat at one point, and I noticed it. He said, "Guys, I don't want to call in. I want to talk to Muta alone privately." And everyone's spamming me, "Get Colton on, get Colton on, get Colton on." Oh God, fuck me. You never answer my message, and you're just I'm trying to run a stream. I'm trying to fucking stream, Colton. It's mad. It's mad. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not adding you on. I'm not putting him in. I'm not doing it. Oh God. I never went on. That's not my fault. Well, that's my chatter's fault. I blame chat. Say hi to Matt from a drunk German caller from Gotcha Simp. Guys, we have one more thing to do in this 6-hour live stream, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you we're probably.
If you know anything about Colton, you have my condolences. I know he's the guy who I think called the police station about Camden Rod Davis to find that information the other week, and I know he makes Lego commentary YouTube videos, which is very gay, very autistic. But other than that, and he did the Edwin video. He took Ico's information to do the Edwin video, which is always a bad sign if you collaborate with Ico. Gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be re-uploading this bad boy because I gotta remove one little thing I said that's gonna get me dinged or taken down. But that's probably the only thing. It should be a fast upload. I can probably get it.
Real quick,
I've got any real issue with Ico. It's just I wouldn't trust a retouch personally.
Clip from Half Baked Podcast.
Oh, you want to watch that real fast, just so we've just so we've watched it, just so we add it on to the list of things we've seen. Because I have just been diving deep. I have it, I think. Magnetar sent it to me, I think.
Well, there is a cut of it, I think. I don't know if you got the same thing. Probably.
What is the editor for Lolcow Podcast?
Oh wow, thanks asshole. So I didn't get the ad revenue, and you stole my podcast. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Colton is a gooner who accused Repzion of trying to molest him back in the day. I used to be a massive Repzion fan. Where can I find out about that?
This drama story. I don't even get the ad rev for this fucking clip. Great, thanks. Okay. So are you seeing that now? Is that on your screen? I'm just kidding, of course. I don't care that you clipped 2 minutes of the podcast, but let's check this out. What was the person who said that Chud Logic was really mad at me? That's what a joke sounds like. Your primary goal is that then? There's no. What's your other?
Well, I guess the question is like the next getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all this.
So I know there's people out there saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody. And
was that as a result of your video?
Okay, so he didn't say that he got him in jail. He said he's currently in police custody. So that could still technically be true, right?
Yeah, sure. I guess so. But
that doesn't necessarily mean he's lied. If he's been arrested,
but was he currently in police custody at that?
Yeah, that could be a lie. But I'm saying people are telling me that he's
he's quitting this year. Are you sure you mean Repzion, not Repzilla? Because I think you've done this before. But Repzion, I mean, he's almost quit numerous times. He used to what was it? He almost quit when he went to welding school. I don't know if he ever actually finished welding school, but I remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
Wait, he did the podcast with a voice modulator? Apparently, yeah, he did. I mentioned this on Chud's thing today. Chud was like, Nick, we know this. Blah, 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 blah.
Or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video. The video was about IMVU and this one predator. I made it about him and him alone.
IMVU is a game, right? You played the game and you exposed this guy.
Yes.
Do you mind walking me through the chain of events that led from your video to him being imprisoned?
Yeah, so I dropped the video.
All right, this is very okay. Hold on, maybe this is why we're talking about it.
Hey,
okay.
So
the end of the video is a call to action. Usually all my videos are a call to action, like
YouTube
find him, and we did.
So in this case, find him.
Again, find him. I have no idea why this was taken.
Meant like you didn't know who he was. Wanted his doc so he could go to jail.
All we had was his face and his voice.
Right.
And out of that, I said find him, and then within 24 hours, we found him. And then I started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then we.
And it's like, I don't care if you wrote find him to find a pedophile who's actually guilty and you got him. But like, there's a huge margin of error for that. And even if I care, like even if I don't care, YouTube still does. And that's not like a moral issue. YouTube does not allow people to call to action and have people fucking hunted down on their site for sport. That's not something they're going to allow. Like and they're not going to make a special case for pedophiles or something like that specifically, no matter how much you ask or whatever, or say they just love to rape children or something like that. And it's not like a crazy thing for a platform to not have a specific policy in place for that. I don't know. I don't know a single platform that would let you hunt a fucking pedophile on the site. Because there's such a huge margin of error in YouTubers doing that.
Well, yeah. Do you ever seen that documentary, Don't Fuck with Cats, on Netflix?
No.
It's about a dude abusing cats, right? And these internet sleuths are going out trying to find these people that are abusing cats. They find the wrong guy. They mistake him for a cat abuser.
And this happens
the dude
like
gets,
every week on YouTube.
The dude got so harassed. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I watched this. The dude got harassed so much he killed himself. I think that's what happened. So yeah.
No, it's like the reason why these rules exist isn't to protect pedophiles. It's to protect people from retarded YouTubers who fuck up pedophile investigations, because that is much more common than people who do this for money getting actual pedophiles.
Yeah.
Look on YouTube. How many fucking abuse allegations that have been done on these major celebrities and stuff turn out to be true in comparison to how many insane public fake stories happen per year? Everyone likes to talk about this, say like, women don't lie, Nick. Women don't lie. And for the most part, in real life, that's probably true.
Repzion's channel has been dying ever since him and his harassment squad pested his golden goose into obscurity. What, Anision? Yeah, that's the thing. People like, this is the issue with working up moral crusades against your locale, right? Is that eventually they either get banned or you like totally chase them off and like make them too toxic to produce content.
True. I bet if I was talking to somebody I know IRL, and in this case, that's kind of what Max is going through, I would tend to believe those people more. But if you're looking for an entire profession where people would be likely to lie about abuse allegations, it would be this one. This is the profession where you would see this mostly. Celebrities, YouTubers, social media influencers, that would be like the most common scenario where you would find someone potentially lying about their abuse story. 100%. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, let's listen to the rest of this.
He pegged him. He fled to Mexico.
What?
We found.
What?
Did he say he pegged him?
What? What? Wait, what do we do? Hey, what? Chat, what? He what? He did what?
What to him, bro? What to him?
Rape the pedophile.
It's not funny. It's really not that funny.
And they did. And then he started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then we pegged him. He fled to Mexico.
Dude, what? You know what's funny?
It's not
that's
that
it. Hold on, let me
funny.
get the timestamp. Oh my god, wait, timestamp. Where's the... No, that's not the right one. Timestamp. Where's my fucking window? Holy shit. It is... Guys, 6-hour mark exactly. That's my first laugh of this story.
Oh my god.
That was the first funny thing that happened outside of a joke that I told. Oh, finally. Dude, it took 6 hours, but I finally found something funny. Holy fuck, we've done it, chat. We finally found a funny thing. Oh, now it's all worth it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We found where he was in Mexico. I don't know if the police... He was from Canada. So I don't know if
so
the
he
police
got caught
asked him to
That's
come
all
back.
terrible people are.
I don't know if the police asked him to come back or he went on his own volition or they forced him to come back. I don't know any of those details. I just know
So he's back in
he
Canada.
went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
Wait a minute. So he doesn't even say he's been arrested. Like, he says that he was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay, now what does he say here?
Try to contact Global News to catch Zach is my Vancouver news station. Thank you, Angela. I think he's in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure that's where we tagged him.
What about my case has you super focused on it?
Oh, what about your case?
Yeah.
I'm so sick of having predators that run away like Pablo Sonny and we don't get them.
Here's the problem. I don't think he lied here.
Okay.
I don't know for a matter of fact that he wasn't in police custody at the time of that recording. It's very possible he was, unless we know for a matter of fact that he wasn't. I don't think he lied here. He might have been in police custody. It just turns out he escaped and then he left. And people are using that as a success story, and it's not a success story. The pedophile escaped, if he was a pedophile. Am I wrong?
I mean, fair enough. Do you think there's a possibility that he may have embellished it on the podcast to make it seem like it was like a big deal, but
maybe it was a big deal for him at the time. He thought, oh, he's in police custody. This is it. We got him.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was extradited from Mexico to Canada, I wouldn't blame him for thinking he got him. You know?
Right.
And then it turned out they didn't get him. Is anyone here saying it's a success story is lying? Yeah, 100%. It's not a success story. That's true. Saying that is a success story would be a lie. But to say that he's lying about the entire process and he lied on the podcast, I don't know if he lied on the podcast. Yeah, that's a failure to get the job done. Getting overconfident. Yeah, 100%. It very much could be that. Are you driving a Defender? I think is this not a G-Wagon? Does it say? I know this is a collab. What is this? Maybe it's not a collab. I could have sworn it's a... I don't know. There's no marking on it, but I'm pretty sure it's a collab item. Chat, does anyone know what car this is? It's definitely a G-Wagon. Yeah, it's a G-Wagon.
I'm so glad that we've
Subaru?
spent so long
I don't know
talking
what
about this
G-Wagon is.
fucking
I've just seen
car,
YouTube
bro.
buy it. You guys remember McSkillet? He had a cool car.
Holy shit! I'm so glad we spent
You
all
remember
this time
McSkillet?
talking about this car
No,
on
I do
Fortnite.
not. That does look like a
Do you
G-Wagon.
like his car reviews?
No,
Yeah, I got a chud
I'm not a
rated.
big
You never
car
watched
reviewer.
Alex.
McSkillet's car reviews?
No, I did not.
Fuck, dude.
I mean, I've held the
A
viewership.
McLaren
so.
570. If you had a McLaren 570, would you have driven like McSkillet?
I'm probably maybe.
Spiked up to what initially?
I imagine so.
Yeah, he killed a family of 2.
160
What?
right now, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah. So
Ah, you set me up.
So what happened was, so what happened to McSkillet?
That's the guy who drove into the train.
Hold on, guys.
right?
We have to quickly. So this is not a. No, it's not a rape review. So what happened was, he was into CS:GO gambling or something, and they caught his account while he had like hundreds of thousands of dollars of skins in his account, and they banned it, meaning they took all of his money. And then what happened was McSkillet, and I would much rather be talking about McSkillet right now than anything in this fucking story. There will not be a day 3. I don't care if Muta says we need to investigate the other stuff. I'm not doing it. Sorry, I'm not doing it. Not on my stream. We were doing like close to 10 hours on this fucking subject. Never again. Never do another stream on this. I don't care if it's the highest viewership I ever got. I'm clout chasing something else. Okay? No fucking chance I'm doing this fucking subject again. But so back to McSkillet. And we will finish off the stream after this, and I'll leave Matt to do his stuff. But with McSkillet, he his CS:GO skin thing library was like destroyed. So he did what any normal man would do: is he got in his McLaren, drove through his local elementary school walls, or not walls, fences or whatever, flew out onto the road, drove the McLaren down the highway the wrong side of the road, and plowed right into a family of 3 or something.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did not survive.
Holy shit. I thought you were gonna say you like drove into a train or something. Wasn't
No,
there like a
there's
YouTuber
like so
who?
many funny memes about McSkillet.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find a McSkillet car review. Wait, let me look for this. McSkillet car review. He's
What
like
are we
a-
doing
he's
here?
like
What's
retarded.
going on?
Yeah.
I thought this
yeah,
was
yeah,
about
yeah.
MamaMax.
McSkillet car review. Jiminy. Okay. Of course, Captain Sparkles made a video. His iconic car. That made me
Not at all.
sad reading that. No, I was joking about McSkillet, and that made me sad. All right, no more McSkillet jokes for the night. Maybe tomorrow. All right, well, I'll let you go, Matt. I'm not really sure why you were here, but it was nice to have you while you were.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay, buddy. Let's
Adios.
finish this thing off. Good night, guys. All right, we got one more major thing left, and then I think I'm done. Ever talking about MamaMax. Ever. Again.
Real.
Ever. Don't subscribe for more. Except you'll be able to watch this VOD, so you should sub for that. In case you're still curious, the model looks loosely based on the Suzuki Jimny. Okay. Of course, Captain Sparkles made a video. He's like,
He goes back to watching the
There
child
will not be a
stuff.
McLaren trilogy. All right.
It looks like.
Can you watch TNMT? Hold on, let me pull up. Where's the Chud stream? Is it still here? MamaMax hates pedophiles. Yeah, this is the one. This is what we're watching. This is what we're finishing off the night on. Dear God, Nick is still going after 6 hours. Yeah, shoot me. In Minecraft, of course. Fuck, I have to remove that from the VOD. God damn it. I gotta remember that. 6 hours, 15 minutes, guys. We gotta remember to take that out of the VOD. Holy fuck, am I tired. Okay, okay, I'll stay. LMAO. Oh, yeah, thank you for staying. Star-Lord, thank you for staying. Guys, quickly, viewer activity. I forgot, we got some subs and donos. Thank you so much for making the stream possible for the people who are chilling. We still have like fucking 1,300 people watching right now, which is insane. The draw for the stream has been fucking crazy. I hope you guys found some of it worth it and watched my descent into madness and making you happy. Where are we? All right, Strictly Patrick. Imagine thinking you're good at what you do, looking at the mirror and seeing the soulless, sad-looking imp looking back at you. Thanks for the 5. Confusing opinion. Thanks for the gift. Strictly Patrick. Imagine calling the police and FBI versus making a video and whoever did this is a loser. Thank you so much, Strictly Patrick. Somebody, thank you for the gifted.
I'm gonna fat shame here too. This fat
Yeah,
piece
thank
of
you for
shit
super
literally
chats,
fucking
guys.
earlier said I was
Amazing.
Normie, thank you for the 10. It's been a while since
Glad
I catch a stream.
Nick
Thanks
is
to you on YouTube,
taken
Nick.
a whole
Impleton,
section
Puppy
to
Stomp
read
Clips in the uncensored video. Nick, thanks for the 2. Zombie check the 2. Eva found the most recent record in Camden. Lance sent $5. Hundreds of victims could already be arguing defamation if he's guilty of one of the. Wait. Hundreds of victims, parentheses, could also already be argued as defamation even if he's guilty of just one of the crimes.
Jesus
Somebody thinks
Christ.
the gifted. Captain Poofer saying it's Joe versus Ali versus Max. I haven't seen an assault that bad since Nick versus John Swan. Ouch. Joe Mega, thank you for the 5. No, you gotta pull.
The super
and I gotta do
berries.
10 more
The
hours streaming
super
on the subject.
berries.
No. Stump Dad, thank you for becoming a new member. Confusing opinion, thank you for the 5. 6 hours and 10 minutes later, we still don't know who Camden Gerard Davis is. Oh, guys, I appreciate the generosity tonight. Thank you for all the new memberships. I believe that last one that just popped up was Stump Dad. And Confusing opinion just caught one at the very end there. Wait, did he just send another one? 6 out. Is that not the same super chat? Oh, it's the same one coming up twice. Thank you for being here for my workday, Nick. Love you. Very, very homo. Thank you, Connor Sween. That was a 5er and then another 10 from Brother Near. My main takeaway from this is controversy wouldn't have happened if Max kept his mouth documentary.
Literally fucking earlier said I'm
switch to that. It's getting some good riffs on, going back and forth on this.
Here we go.
By the way, I'm gonna hit up Mutahar. I'm glad that thing went well towards the end there. I got a little nervous for a minute. I'm gonna be honest. Look, I'm not in here trying to make Muta look bad or anything, and I'm really glad that that situation wrapped up the way that it did because I got nervous for a minute.
Slimy Weasley.
I think you did a great job, and I'm really glad that Magnetar and Mutahar buried that shit.
Great job of
So that was
damage
a little
control.
scary, but do the arcade stream, Normie? Maybe, yeah, I would like to do that soon. Let me get a video out of my main channel, and then we'll think about how we can do a pinball stream. But I do think we need to get back and wrap up this Max stuff, and then we can be a bit more casual before I get off. Because I don't want to be here for another hour. 6 hours is nice enough. I don't do these long streams, so 2 in 1 week is kind of crazy.
You're fucking not making content as it is. Make it 8 at least. Fucking don't be lazy. Okay, sorry. You're just really.
Inconsistency.
You're coming. You're the fucking not even the tip of the iceberg yet. You're floating over it, and we're fucking 50 leagues.
You know what's crazy is I still feel like I don't know a third of what Chud Logic knows. And I've literally done 2 streams on this that are over 4 hours each discussing it. I now have 10 hours on MamaMax, and I don't know anything. It actually is true. I don't know anything, dude.
Under the sea.
You don't know anything. We haven't learned a fucking thing.
For fuck's sake, dude. Come on, get with the program, bro. What the fuck
I'll do
are you
another
on
4
about?
hours, Chad.
It didn't mean anything. I did another 4 hours. I don't know anything.
Maybe we can talk to
That's not enough, mate. Come on.
It's not. He's right.
You're fucking not making content as it is. Make it 8 at least. Fucking don't be lazy. Okay, sorry. You just really annoy me, man. Like, you fucking get with the program here.
This is like a really deep. This is why I didn't want to do anything on it. This is why I didn't.
Boy, do I not.
Oh,
Boy,
real.
Sitting here now after doing another 6 hours make me reflect on this conversation. Oh,
Deorio's mind palace is just not big enough whatsoever. He's not got enough space for it. He's taking up too much himself. He can't move around in there. That's the problem. He needs a bigger mind palace. He needs to buy 2 tickets to the mind palace. Nicholas Deorio will be required to purchase 2 tickets to the mind palace and be required 2 seats.
I've
2 hours to find out what's going on here. I watched 3 videos, Chud. Usually at 3 videos, I could tell you what happened.
Yes, I would recommend Warm Snow. It's a very good game, and the paid DLC is good as well. The free one sucks, but paid.
But not here because I didn't fucking learn anything.
Right, it's gonna go quiet for a sec. There's one more person I want to add. Okay, I need some fucking British representation in here because I'm getting sick of you retards. Not you, Lyric.
I met Kuihman today. He seems pretty cool. He hates Mutahar though, but I'm glad.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, I don't know. He seems to be pretty good on the story.
Hey, Nicholas, you're fine, Lyrics. You're actually on the ball with this. Nicholas is like fucking. I don't know. It's like he's watched a 30-second clip of MamaMax and he's like, "You spoke to this guy, mate. You spoke to him."
I spoke to him like in 2021, my guy. Oh, yeah, I just literally said
years
that.
ago.
Oh fuck. Okay, I shouldn't respond to Chud because I did in real time.
Or a year ago or something. Maybe. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, Chud.
Okay, right. Let's reset for a second. I don't want to presume what Kuihman's going to talk about, but one thing I want to throw out there is I'm concerned that he's been given a lot of cover.
Wait, Kuihman took back every single thing he said about Muta? Is that true?
That's not true at all. I did not say. I said the opposite of that. I said the opposite of that, actually. I said I took back everything. I said in chat. What was it? I was like, I take back everything I take back every time I ever called this guy fat. And then, because he was securing the content with Magnetar. And then someone's like, what, you mean Mutahar? And I'm like, no, fuck Mutahar, I mean Nick. I said literally the opposite of that. These fucking retarded chatters. Also, there was some idiot in chat, right? So I came into chat and I'm just like, post them out. I fucking hate Mutahar, oh, Nick, watch the clip, all this shit, just doing my shit. I'm on my shit. I'm on that nasty shit. That's what I'm saying, You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You heard me? And this fucking retard comes out of nowhere and is like, after I say that shit about taking back everything I said about Nick, this fucking retard comes in and is like, Nick would hate you for coming after Wendigoon. You're one of those people that's trying to bring down Wendigoon. Nick would fucking hate you for wanting to bring down Wendigoon. Like, bro, I literally don't care. First of all, I'm not trying to bring down Wendigoon. I have like a couple of criticisms of him and people who like him. And I personally dislike the guy. I have a personal disgust response to the way he acts. I'm not trying to bring him down. I don't say he should be banned from YouTube or anything like that. That's fucking retarded thing to say in the first place. Why do you think I give a fuck what some YouTuber would think of my opinion? I'm not going to stop having an opinion or not voice an opinion because I think some bigger YouTuber is going to disagree with it. Like, that's fucking retarded. That's some of the most disgusting, nasty little behavior I can imagine. I don't think Nick is even the sort of guy that would want or expect people around him to do that, to be quite honest. Like, he doesn't come off that way anyway. So it's just like, the most disgusting little freakish behavior that I've ever seen. Just getting that shit in chat. I was just like, man. And then I didn't reply because I was like, this person's retarded. And they start atting me again, and they're like, nice dodge. Like, dude, you're some random chatter. Who the fuck do you think you are to be demanding a response from me? Dog, I'm a 150 viewer streamer right now. Okay, guys. Something around there anyway. I don't know what my views are at right now. I haven't checked in 5 minutes. Honestly, the issues of Wendigoon are pretty similar to some of the issues with MamaMax. He blends fact and fiction too much. It isn't clear when he's stating something as actually true. I mean, he's just like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy? In fact, usually he states all as fact. I'm going to be real. And it just creates a bunch of fucking retards who genuinely believe like a bunch of stupid conspiracy theories. I think that the information presented in Wendigoon and the theories he presents are actually, you know, sound. It's like there's a reason why all educated people agree on most of these things. And there's a reason why it's only Wendigoon on the internet still saying some of this shit. Still talking about the JFK assassination theory. Well, Wendigoon and a bunch of like insane right-wing Christians, but I mean, you know, Style will cry if you point out that association.
Well, that would be nice.
Why bigger creators claiming he's a pred hunter? And
Guys, he came up with the term boogaloo. Did you know that? He came up with that term.
I don't think he did that.
I'm fully in the abuse allegations mode right now because I can't believe that.
He said that.
You know, he came up with that term. He started using it before everyone else. He started using it before it went to race war.
Oh, so was he mad at me then? Wait, if he took back every single thing you said about me, is that bad? Or did he not like me before? I gotta know these things before I say they're good people, alright? If they don't like me, then they're bad people, okay?
When he was just like, he's totally different now, it's all fine, guys. But then, like, the one girl that he had to take out, like, testimony from, like, his current girlfriend at the time because she came out and started calling him abusive after the video. So, like, there's not only 5 girls, one of which has, like, 6 police reports against him. There's also this other one that was testimony in his favor.
Max dropped a part 1 video, just so you know, and it addresses the lives.
Wendigoon is just a pathetic fucking grifter, man. That's the reality. That's what I think, frankly. Frankly, if I'm going to be totally honest.
What? No.
He's clearly some psycho conservative in the background. I wish he'd just fucking say it. I think it's based, frankly. He is a psycho. He's clearly some psycho conservative. He's clearly some fucking was on some alt-right shit back in the day. Just fucking say it. You want to grift. You want to make your money. But you can't do that and push a bunch of conspiracy theories without being honest about your motivations for believing these things. That's fucking gay. That's just fucking pathetic sniveling behavior, frankly. And that's just facts. And I'm just spitting there.
Fuck you, 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 fuck you.
Does he even take any strong positions? Yeah, he starts off video. What was that shit we watched? The JFK shit? First of all, he labels all of his videos as educational. I proved the JFK conspiracy theory with a whiteboard.
For the iceberg and kept coming across like weird, shady government stuff, and a lot of it made me think about JFK. And then I was like, I haven't given my crazy conspiracy rant on him yet. So this is that. I say that mostly.
Just crazy, just crazy.
To me, JFK is one of the most obvious cover-ups that have ever happened.
But it's the most obvious cover-up that has ever happened.
To the point that there is government records and committees made who say, without a shadow of a doubt, that it was a conspiracy. So
without a shadow of a doubt, it was a conspiracy.
What better way to illustrate that than with a whiteboard? So bear with me, and I am going to show you exactly how JFK was killed and who killed him. What I'm going to do is start with...
I'm going to explain exactly how JFK was killed and who killed him. No strong positions. Just presenting a crazy theory, guys. No one would ever believe it. Why would anyone ever listen to Wendigoon? No one's listening to Wendigoon. None of the people who watch this guy is listening to this guy. No one's taking any of this as fact. Listen, it's fine. If I don't even care if people spread misinfo, but I hate the pussyfooting around while you're saying it, the grifting, the absolute coddling that everyone has for him. This little gay loser, Stylo's same, coddles this fucking homo. Oh, don't call him right wing, guys. Don't call him right wing. Don't say he's a psycho alt-righter. He was clearly pro race war at some point. I won't say that. Okay, he probably wasn't. He probably wasn't. But listen, he clearly played around with the Boogaloo memes back in the day. Let's be real. Look, I just wish people were fucking honest and didn't fucking coddle him. But you do coddle him. You do coddle him, Stylo. You do sit there and be like, oh no, it's just poor little Wendigoon, just goofy little Wendigoon. Yeah, I'm not. Psycho alt-right is obviously way too far. I don't mean that at all. But he should have called his channel Spooky Right-Wing Shower Thoughts. That's true. I care a lot because I am constantly gaslit by retards online. I always care. If I have a take where people are constantly telling me I'm crazy for thinking it. Yes, I'm going to say it more and more. I'm going to care more and more about it. Yes. Yes, those are the takes I care about and I'm going to talk about all the time. Yes. Those are the interesting takes. Those are the ones that are good to talk about. You're going, what do you care? What do you care? This is part of the coddling. Exactly. I'm just a noticer. I'm just noticing. Everyone glazes Wendigoon. Fucking, he's one of the most popular YouTubers going the last couple of years. Sorry, I talked to repeat your segment. Look, it's relevant. It's relevant. It got brought up by some homo in Nick Deorio's chat. Firsty, you're spurging. You were the one sorting out. You were spurging because someone has mentioned right wing in a negative context. I don't care about right wingers. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying this guy absolutely hides his power level as a massive grifter. He literally straight up lied to try and avoid being pegged as an alt-righter, even though, you know, the evidence seems to point towards the fact that he was. He straight up lied about so much shit to try and dodge that. It's relevant. Some literal chat called me a dummy head. Yeah, but then people started talking about it and disagreeing. This analog horror creepypasta is super spooky right now for the 12-year-olds. See, look at the desperate attempts to gaslight me right now. Look at the desperate attempts. Weird seeing Kuihman soy out like this. I don't believe you're soying out. Alright, you're the one soying out, actually. Desperate. Continue the video. No, we're not watching more of the Wendigoon. We're gonna go back to the MamaMax stuff. Let's see your face. What do you mean, let's see your face? I'm not putting my camera on right now. I'm like Neo. I see past the desperate attempts to gaslight me. Okay? I see past this shit. I'm like Destiny, in a way. When you think about it, I'm kind of like the streamer known as Destiny. Because I'm like really smart. A rape. A pet. And a fat. I'm kind of like Ozzy Osbourne. I'm kind of like Charles Manson. When you get money cut, you're going to Weinstein it with girls like Destiny. Anyway, look, I've said my piece on Wendigoon, okay? We will move on from this now. I thought it was relevant. Like, that's my only issue with him. Like, I don't want this guy banned. I think he shouldn't be able to make his content. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I just think he is gay. He is a gay loser. I don't like him because he's spineless. He's dishonest. He doesn't stick by the shit he says. It's all done with this, like, he plays both sides of, oh, it's true, it's not true, but it's just funny. Anyway, that's the summary. No, don't set the clock back 10 minutes.
No, he didn't, asshole. I hate you. I just pulled it up. There's nothing here. He didn't drop anything. Fuck you. I hate you. I hate you, Core. I hate you. I hate you so much. I fucking hate you for doing this to me. You are a piece of shit. Oh my god. I literally just had a fucking mental heart attack that you just fucking did this to me. I am not playing Crazy Eights with you. Hold on. Undeafen. Undeafen right now. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, okay? You are a piece of shit. Fuck you. Okay.
Who is this?
Okay. Alright, I needed to do that. Oh, God. It pissed me off. I have to censor that because I said too many fucks. The video will get taken down or something. I'll get age restricted. Oh, I'm not looking forward to editing this VOD. I have like a few things I know I need to hit. I'm not going to edit it that much and I'll just repost it. Let's keep going. Oh my god. You're just watching my descent into madness. My descent into fucking total Deorio death.
But now has recanted and said no, he is abusive. So just but then you go and watch a SomeOrdinary podcast and Muta's saying, oh, there's no allegations here. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh no. Kuihman throwing the Mutabomb out there. Let me just clarify because we're going through a lot of
I was spitting
very
that.
quickly. So there's a couple of problems here. One, which has been discoverable
that guy was kind of
so
spitting. Who's that guy?
He's
kind of based.
reporting doesn't have much substance and doesn't seem to have done anything, but he's gained a lot
He's
of
got a point.
credibility off of being a predator hunter, despite having no proven results off the back of it. Okay. The second thing is he had allegations against him. He responded and he admitted to a lot of schizo shit. But people kind of played cover for him and didn't really contend with that and just said, well, a lot of it was bullshit. And then we've also got the investigation of Canada Gerard Davis.
Okay, I might disagree here. I might actually disagree here, because I watched that video. I thought for the most part, 95%.
Shut the fuck up.
What was necessarily the part that
I know it's coming now. You've ruined
He
it.
didn't vindicate himself in that video at all. What do you think he showed in that video, where he responded to the allegations?
Well, it's more as in there's
Please
no evidence.
respond, Max. We need the content. You guys hate me. Do you guys hate me? Do you really want? Like, you want the stream? How long do you want the stream to be? Hi, Eva. I'm sorry, I accidentally referred to you as the what you should not be named prior. You are the other co-host of Xylee Gets Real's broadcast. That is what you were referred to as.
proof that he's guilty.
Apart from 6, I mean, when you get like a Me Too allegation, pretty much like the best thing you can really ask for is stuff like police reports at the time of it happening. So either right now, the story we have to believe, at least for Haley girl, also he's admitted to all the actions that he did with her as well, by the way. All of the posting on Facebook, say cutting her boyfriend's name into his arm, all of this shit, like the stalking across a number of years, he's admitted to all of that. So he knows he did all that shit. So then it's just, are these other girls legitimate? But when he tries to refute what these other girls say, what he does is he says, oh, yeah, well, she was actually this really terrible person. I was a really nice guy in the whole relationship, and then flashes a bunch of DMs up on screen. But none of the DMs ever map onto what the statements he's making. He'll like talk about specific events, and they might like talk around it like slightly, but they'll never say what he's saying. They're saying like throughout the entire video, but he just skims past all of them. Absolutely never goes into detail. And obviously, there was a big scandal when the video came out that he had completely clip-chimped part of the phone call. I haven't actually.
Yeah, that was something we talked about that at the time, where the phone call didn't sit right with me, even if like all the other stuff was up there in the air. The phone call was a bit weird hearing the whole thing. I remember I think he sent that to me early, and I was a little concerned about it.
Gone back and looked at that part. Yeah, I'm doing that tonight.
No, it's bad. It's bad. He clip-chimped the fuck out of it.
Yeah, so that's what I recalled it being bad.
Thank you, Nikki.
I'm not fresh with it. So yeah, that entire video was just a complete hack job.
By the way, talking about the Magnetar thing, I'm sorry, I should be giving more context and reacting harder, but I'm just fucking exhausted, which is not an excuse, and I'm now going to make sure I fucking add more to it.
Hey, Notes, before you respond, Kuihman, because I think there's a few things to focus on that I think might really help.
Because otherwise I shouldn't watch it if I can't fucking react.
If you want to talk about this, okay? So I think Olivia and the Australian person, we'll just set that to one side because, you know, that was the weakest part of the video. But the strongest part that I think Kuihman is getting at here.
Nick is falling into the React streamer traps and trying desperately to save face. Oh, rough. Absolutely rough. The suffering commentary YouTubers have to go through. The mental suffering, being audience captured like this, having to appease them. Yeah, dude, honestly, I fucking hate Fortnite. This shit sucks.
Is the following. One, there are messages that show he admitted to being a schizo, calling her and harassing her, and he says, yes, that was me, and I was crazy. He admits to uploading a picture on Facebook of him cutting his stuff into his arm, and then that caused the police to be called, right?
Yeah, apparently he cut a name into his arm, the police weren't called, he tried to kill himself. This stuff was, I think it had something to do with his military service. This is all like a decade ago, and that was something that
So what I'm playing?
So it was like, oh, well, that part's legitimate, so what's going on here?
It's Chinese,
that was cause
but...
for concern.
And Haley submitted police reports at the time.
You have my permission to go to sleep, sheep sauce. I'm not far behind.
Plays well.
Say that he was harassing her, and the problem is that he admits to this.
This is the video that Magnetar had made and came in here and was called a pedophile. And those allegations remain up in the air, but Max basically says himself that he has absolutely nothing
it's like Hades.
to base that off of. And the burden of proof is 100% on MamaMax. Max needs to show more than, trust me, he sexted a child. All right, I'm sorry, that's not good enough to say that he's a fucking pedo. And to say it so confidently and giddily on his fucking stream the other night. Yeah, I agree. It's not enough.
And said, yes, I did do this stuff. But when people speak about it after, like Mutahar on this podcast, he says, oh, it was just a person being young and not really doing anything. Does that make sense?
So what does harassing mean? Like phone calling, blowing up her social media?
Oh my god, I forgot I did something so fucking funny in this live stream. And it's so fucked up. And it was so on purpose. And it's coming up and I forgot. And it was like literally one of the funniest things I've done in a while.
Yo,
and you guys are so fucking mad at me.
And just like spam fucking
oh my god, I forgot what I fucking did.
Apparently there were 2 instances where he showed up at
Soul
her
has lost the
uninvited.
Chinese
He showed up at her
software.
sister's birthday uninvited, according to her. He says he was invited, but there's no evidence either way. Aside from like some photos where it looks kind of creepy in the background of her sister's birthday. But yeah, so he showed up at two events at work.
You'll see. I'll end off. That'll be the last thing I cover because I can't fucking keep going. We'll get there. Just keep streaming until we run one fact about Camden Gerard Davis. Fuck me. That is fucking awful. That's like the opposite of a drinking game. Thank you so much, James the Frog. Yeah, I'll just keep streaming until we learn one concrete fact of Camden's crimes.
Announced. Her sister's birthday, uninvited. There was apparently she alleged that he showed up at her university and showed up outside her apartment in a car at one point. Yeah, blowing up her socials. I think when he started.
Let's get Magnetar in here because again, we're not covering this, so this isn't super relevant to us. So once Magnetar joins the call,
Slimy Weasley, fuck.
Like suicide bait. It sounds like cut bait.
Hold on. Where is Magnetar? Okay, he's here.
Dude, my epic Vosh rants all got skipped.
Where he six them on fucking his goal.
Kuihman's funny. I didn't know he was a streamer. I just thought he was in Chud's spicy chat.
What? Let's go. I'm funny. We won. We won so big tonight, guys. Holy fuck.
Does he make a lot of content? I thought he was just a spicy chat guy.
Friends to try and gaslight them into being close to him. That's fucking nuts. That's insane.
Personally, Lyrics, I'm thinking that Kuihman is being pretty convincing and you're getting pounded here. I'm sorry.
No, that's not
now. Nicholas, don't be a fucking dick, man. That's fucking obnoxious, mate. What's your fucking problem, dude? Jesus Christ. What do you mean? You've got a lot of sway somehow in this community. It's probably because you're a massive fucking size in orbit, okay? So can we just fucking chill out a little bit?
Oh, let's see, guys. We have 1,200 people watching at 12:20 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So I would say, Chud, it appears, even after the 6.5 hour mark, yeah, I guess our stream does.
I wasn't even on the radar. Listen, it's only been the past couple months that I've even been consistently doing stuff. Let's be real. Okay, look, I don't expect anyone to know who I am. Anytime even another 100 sub YouTuber knows who I am before me talking to them. I'm amazed. Okay. Well, they even seen to what you was cooking, bro. Look, he said I'm funny. I won. Okay. Dolly, you're being such a hater right now. Why are you trying to tear me down? Dude, I'm getting raped. I can't parry for shit. I shouldn't have chosen. Why do I keep playing this build that requires me to parry? I'm retarded. I can't time for shit. It means funny as in weird. You guys are just... This is not a supportive chat right now, guys. I gotta say, I'm not feeling very supported right now. I'm not feeling very validated. I'm not feeling... Okay, Stylo's being a bit more supportive now. Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's funny as in the way the downy kid that's high functioning is funny. Thank you for the $5, Queen Bee. Thank you very much. You are valid. You are valid. I'm spending way too long just sitting here. Writing off. I mean, well, this is look. I'm making content. Okay, that's what's going on right now. Okay, this is a funny. It's a bit. It's like a bit. That's what's happening. Okay.
I have a pretty big orbit. I would say probably slightly larger than yours.
And let the two ash out. Sorry. Also, I didn't mean to do this. I just wanted to talk to Lyrics, but the content is flowing.
But that's because Chud Logic refuses to compete with my obviously better show. No, Magnetar, I didn't.
Queen Bee super chatted $5. You are valid.
You are valid. Listen, guys, you are valid.
To call, and we're just watching the clip from today. Don't worry, you're off the hook for the rest of the night, buddy. I'm almost out of here. Being spoiled by your fellow countrymen.
Oiv A is Mia. Here is some support.
Thank you so much for the tip from Anonymous. Thank you very much. Guys, I should ironically complain about my chat being unsupportive more. Holy fuck. That gets you guys, I guess. Damn.
I was just taking a nap and I woke up to...
Sorry, I feel very bad about this because now
no problem, Luna,
we're talking about this and I'm trying to fucking figure out what's going on.
New marketing strategy unlocked.
And a social orbit.
Still calm down and reset, okay? What do people want to say?
Well, here's the thing. I'm explaining it from like my perspective what I think is like the most important things to focus on MamaMax for, and I just wouldn't approach it this because it doesn't seem as concrete. That's all I'm saying. It's like I'm not really that interested unless he's like a rapist, like clear like physical abuser. I'm not gonna look into this guy's like personal fucking relationships. I'm gonna look what he's doing with his platform, how he's mishandling pedophile stories, where this is apparently this guy's job and he's getting paid tens of thousands of dollars for each month.
We're not doing this on your takedown video. There's no taking downs on
I think that's fair. So what I would respond to that is if that's what you want to do your video on, totally fine. As opposed to you don't want to touch it because you don't think it's
like it's this guy's personal relationships from like 10 years ago. Unless he's like he murdered the bitch, raped the bitch.
Can't you just like wait? You win with enough time anyway. That's just that's the reality right now. Okay, just leave it. And ultimately you'll win. I'm just saying. Look, just take it easy. Take it on your damn trans right, bro. There's just no need for it, is it? What aside from being retarded about the Alexa allegations, what has Zonya really done to justify a massive amount of ire? She doesn't even behave in particularly embarrassing ways. Well, a little bit embarrassing, but not in a funny way. Not in like a way that's like entertaining. So like, there's no point to it. It's just terrorizing some poor person. It's just a bit much. Yeah, I've watched Sonya earlier. Kind of felt bad. Trolls remorse hitting me. Yeah, so I'm not gonna watch this. That's on.
Like physically.
Okay, wait, she's in chat.
This is so funny. You murder the bitch, rape the bitch, and meanwhile she's talking to Magnetar, who's currently dating Haley. who I did speak to one time on Edwin's stream.
Yeah, bro, all these commentary people are so autistic that the fact you're sitting there and saying to this, like, I mean, it's funny as fuck, don't get me wrong, like, Lyric's fucking based for it. But the fact you're sitting there talking to the fucking victim, you're like, yeah, he didn't rape the bitch. It's like he did sexually assault this guy's girlfriend. Like, allegedly.
And I spoke to her here, but like she's in the chat talking, and fucking he's like, murder the bitch and rapes the child. Like, holy fuck, dude, that's so fucking funny.
10 years ago, unless he's like he murdered the bitch, raped
Thank you for the $2, John Sanchez.
Like it's this guy's personal relationships from like 10 years ago, unless he's like he murdered the bitch, raped the bitch. Like...
Okay, wait, she's in chat. Can we not say the bitch, please? Can we just chill out?
I mean, bitch in the most respectful way possible. It's how I call fucking.
Also, there's Magnetar's their partner. Can we just like let's have some? Okay.
Oh wait, is it okay?
Yes.
No, it's almost funnier that he backed off. I think it's funnier that he backed off. Doubling down isn't always the best option. I don't think it's funnier that he backed off because it shows that he wasn't even doing it intentionally. He was just like, it's just how he talks, and he's just saying this shit about this guy's girlfriend without even thinking. That's funnier. That's even funnier than doubling down because you did it intentionally.
Sorry. Yeah. I've been on your thing before. Yeah. No, I am Haley's boyfriend. I've been her boyfriend for 10 years. I went to high school with Max.
What a fucking intro. What an intro to the stream. That is a classic.
No, you're good. So Max had stalked Haley and I for from 2014 to 2019. He did hold her against her will in a hotel room. He did touch her unwanted.
John Sanchez super chatted $2. Here you go buy a can of baked beans, Quee.
Thank you for the $2 once again. Well, let's go back and listen to that. It's just too funny.
High school with Max.
Oh, what a fucking intro. What an intro to the stream. That is a classic.
No, you're good. So Max had stalked Haley and I for from 2014 to 2019. He did hold her against her will in a hotel room. He did touch her unwanted.
That was a misclick. That was a misclick. I'm so sorry.
That was not. No, I didn't just do that. That was in the stream and it caught me off guard. Oh god, why did I hit that button? Oh.
14 to 2019. He did hold her against her will in a hotel room. He did touch her unwanted.
That was a misclick. That was a misclick. I'm so sorry. That was
Nicholas, can you listen? It was a mistake out of you.
He just said hold her against her will. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Wait, come on, don't point it out. Just keep moving. Like, stop fucking around.
Dude, Jen is so regretting having me on. There's no way to misclick that. It's not even possible.
Right. Listen.
His most recent ex that came out against him, which would be publicly, which would be Olivia, I think. He more than one time slept with her, like penetrated sex with her while she was sleeping, and she multiple times told him not to do that. She did not.
This is some serious shit, though.
Lots of videos.
Look,
no.
I say as I fucking did that a minute ago. But yeah, she was on here. I'm gonna link this in the chat. You guys can watch this. I can't do it. I can't steal from Chud right now. I'm so fucking tired.
Is he done?
Here's the VOD link. I'm sure it'll be an ad hoc panel. Like, I can't do it. I can't. You gotta play the Fortnite clip, Nick. Smaggle, what is the Fortnite clip? What is that? What the fuck is the Fortnite clip?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh god. Well, I thought it was funny, so ha ha ha. Is that him?
That was a great time to run, you guys. Please like, subscribe, donate, buy a membership, gift a membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much.
Really? I can't tell. I don't know what your YouTube account is.
For the video, really.
I'm hoping it is for confirmation that I'm also funny, but I'm not sure.
Jesus, we've gained like a fuckload of subs tonight. What the fuck?
Wait, okay, so I was just trying to do that.
Does that come from the video or the stream?
I always turn my camera on. Where is this?
I say a fuckload, like 10.
I turned my camera on while she was
well, we're
explaining
getting
the story.
15 earlier as well, actually.
I don't know. Is it here? Is it out of the VOD?
It's like a lot more than.
All his girlfriends. What's he having with you, Anthony?
Calling you.
Cool. Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm not seeing it.
We watched it earlier.
Yeah, like I don't feel like Nick should worry about stealing this content, quote unquote. Like he put in the labor, quote unquote, to help make the content. I feel like he should be entitled to reap some of the rewards, right? I don't think that's unfair at all. Like, I played this whole thing back on my stream.
We watched it earlier.
No, it's after.
And he needs to stop clicking the sky.
Yeah,
like that's where you do like the cancel.
No, he doesn't agree with that, so I'm not gonna.
Hold on. Where is?
I mean, I think he just wants to get off stream at this point anyway. So, I mean, I don't blame him.
Guys, I'm sorry, I can't find it. It was here. Oh wait, I found it.
We did follow up because that was a failed relationship.
Yeah, but I thought even by old school standards, this is like it would be fair enough to watch this on your own stream, because Nick was there. I mean, it's like part of your content in a way, right? Especially given Nick didn't stream it, so it's like exclusively Chud that was that sees benefit from it. I mean, I see benefit from it because I benefit just from being there. But Nick's bigger than Chud, obviously, so. Commentary YouTubers so cocked on react shit. Yeah, it's kind of gay. Kind of gay. Like, who cares really? It's dumb.
For investigation, when you did follow up, a few months later, I think UNT Police Department specifically said they didn't follow up because they thought it was.
Chud. He like moves his
But
face
the
off
thing
track.
is, it's not even like it's an old school thinking thing. It's just a YouTube thinking thing. Because I mean, more broadly on the internet, I mean, people generally disregard like copyright and intellectual property pretty heavily. No one really gives a fuck, and that's generally the attitude that I've always seen.
Laugh when he like you could see it in his glasses that he just looked at it and he's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Why is he hitting the gritty?
UNT Police Department specifically said they didn't follow up because they thought it was a relationship fight, like they thought they were dating or something like that, which was a failure of
he's trying not to
Police
laugh.
Department. But I guess I don't really have any
Wait,
evidence.
Wiggler that hits the gritty.
Justified that it wasn't reported like the next day.
One time for
Was
the
that
one
before or
time.
after the situation where he added you on Facebook with a video of him like cutting himself?
So I reported it to police before, right? Or was it right around
The
the same
reason
time?
we went to the police the first time, I believe, was because.
And Chud's like, oh, Chud just realized it now. Wait, he just realized it.
The reason we went to the police the first time, I believe, was because.
He just realized it. Wait, he just figured it out.
Video. Yeah, because we woke up.
He's like trying to figure out how to disable the
Yeah, we
camera.
reported that to police, but I remember going to UNT PD before.
Maybe.
So I went to the police department on campus.
And then chat was like, what the fuck? We were watching that.
And reported that before, and then the second time I went to the cop.
Oh, that was the first time I went with you.
Yeah, the first time we went together was the Facebook video.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Nicholas. Can you stop playing Fortnite? We're talking about the serious topic, please.
I'm sorry, it makes me feel more comfortable in these discussions.
Dude,
My
you're totally
apologies,
autistic.
So goofy.
I mean, we just played Fortnite for 6 hours. I'm not lying. I just played Fortnite for 6 hours while we went through this. Oh, guys. Oh, man. It has been a day. It's been a day. It's almost 7 hours. It's almost 7 hours. It's almost 7 hours. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm never doing this again. I don't care. I don't want to be famous. I don't care. I just want to, oh god, I just want to go back to not uploading anything ever. Oh my god, this is too much for me, dude. Holy fuck. No more rape review for a while, guys. We're not doing any more. There's no more rape review for like the immediate future. All right, we're retiring rape review until there's a suitable story, but oh god, no more. Oh man. All right, guys. Guys, there's only one way to go out.
Yeah, cool. All right, well that's that content done. We won, guys. We won.